Hi, everybody. My name is ScottyR37, and welcome to the Fantasmagorium Show. This evening, we are going to be discussing the nature of life, love, and the incredible career of Scott Bakula. I would like to say thank you to Anti-Derivative Jill and Captain Infinity for being here as we discuss the cinematic masterpiece that is Necessary Roughness.
Yay.
Thank you for being here, lady and gentleman.
My pleasure.
Like what Jill said.
Now, I would like to start off by saying congratulations to whoever won the bowl that is super. Whoever they beat sucks, and whoever won is the best. Don't we agree?
Yeah, it was the vultures versus the ogres or something.
It was,
Yeah, it was. How did you know?
Oh, just lucky guess.
Indeed. And so in celebration of that, I am guys, I'm typically not a sports person. I don't know if I come off that way, but I just don't dig on sports. But I do like sports movies, and especially when sports movies are appropriate, or they're usually heartwarming. It's about a bunch of people getting together to accomplish a common goal. And so I like the story of sports movies. I just don't like the sports.
Yeah, same here. I don't have much history with football at all, except my brother played it, and I was on the marching band team, so I did marching band.
What did you play?
I played the alto saxophone, and actually one of the seasons we played James Bond music. So even though I still need to watch the movies, I have bits of the theme songs.
That's fast. You knowing it, that's great. Hey,
yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alto derivative Jill.
Alice, well, and that's surprising. Like, I know that Jill has told me that she's played the saxophone before, but she's like her very own Lisa Simpson.
I have no witty comeback for that.
Fair enough. So I watched Necessary Roughness.
That makes you Bart.
I suppose it may. But I watched Necessary Roughness. This is a football movie, and I would say between this football movie, Captain, have you ever seen Necessary Roughness?
Technically speaking, that's a negative.
Okay. Have you ever seen Any Given Sunday?
Technically, not really.
Those are the only two football movies that I am a big fan of. The
Field of Dreams. Oh, that's baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah, I've seen more baseball stuff too.
What's your favorite baseball movie?
Bull Durham.
Sandlot and Bull Durham. Okay.
I mean, I've never seen it, but it looks good. Poster's nice. Kisses that last 3 days. What's that all about?
I'm trying to think. What's my favorite baseball movie? And you know what? I'm going to have to say.
The one with Madonna in it.
Oh, what? A League of Her Own?
Oh, no. How was she done?
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a good movie. That's a good baseball movie. And a great
No, Shanghai
by
Surprise, the other baseball movie that Madonna did.
What's another? Oh, no, but yeah. Oh, what is those are all. No, I'm serious. Like I don't know what my favorite baseball movie is, and I really
Escape to Victory.
I'm a fan of baseball, so
I don't know. When I go to a baseball game, football game, doesn't matter what it is, as long as they have nachos and jalapenos, I'm good.
So as long as people are making food.
Well, for me, it's very much the sport. There's only one sport I can enjoy, which, as an Englishman, is the beautiful game, football.
Well, and
ball, footy, escape to victory. Now you're talking.
Well, and that brings us to our movie of the evening, Necessary Roughness, which is a football movie.
That's not football. That's American football.
Yeah,
That's
he
shoulder pads
means
and shit.
soccer.
Football. Yeah, I mean football. Yeah, football. Where you, with your feet. You
With
kick a
the
ball
feet.
with your feet.
Right.
Yeah, a ball. Yeah, a round thing, a ball. Where your
But,
football,
okay.
there's no ball and there's no feet. Well,
Now,
apart from the kicking from the yard line, but I mean, you won't see. Yeah.
Scott Bakula stars in this movie. So,
It's
but I
rugby with helmets.
want to say, like, I lived in Australia for a little while, and they called American football gridiron as opposed to what is traditionally referred to as football in Australia, which I think is soccer.
Yeah, football.
Right.
Because there's
And
also
so,
Australian rules.
but I like how Australians call American football gridiron because it sounds really hardcore.
But then they'll probably like to narrow it down to one syllable. Bit of grido, mate. Can have a game of grido.
Oh, not real footy, eh?
So yeah, I don't know anything about sports. So is it true they don't use helmets in Australia?
Well,
That's
and it's
rugby.
actually, there is a character in Necessary Roughness who is
Or Australian rules.
he's an Australian football player, and he says the only people who wear pads in Australian football are the refs and the spectators. And so he doesn't wear pads until he is knocked out, but he held
Until
on
he-
to the bottle.
yeah.
Or the ball, not the bottle, the ball.
Mhm.
And yeah. And
He
Until he
doesn't wear
gets-
pads until the end of the first period.
quarters. They're quarters
Thank
in
you.
football. Yes.
Yeah, I knew that.
Until he's got major brain damage.
Well, you know what? None of them are winning any spelling contests.
Frankly,
Although-
Billy, you ain't got that much brain cells to lose. Now get out there.
Except for
if you-
Sinbad.
If you do exactly, Sinbad does play what is it? Stellar mechanics, astral mechanics professor.
He's a professor of astrophysics or astronomy or something. They're not that specific.
I want to list off the cast of this movie. First things first, we got Scott Bakula. I could squee all the live long day. Then we get Hector
on,
Elizondo.
TV's Harrison Ford in a cinema movie.
The same. Then we get Hector Elizondo. We get Robert Loggia. You know what? Harley Jane Kozak as the lady lead. I don't know what she ever did other than this movie. Larry Miller as the crusty old dean. We get Sinbad as Professor Andre Krim. Fred Dalton Thompson, presidential candidate, and Rob Schneider. Jason Bateman, Andrew Bynarski, which is an incredible actor. You would know him if you saw him. He was in Hudson Hawk and Street Fighter. Then you get Dwayne Davis as Featherstone. Where's Moana? Oh, Peter Navi Tiasoposo or Tiasopo. As anyway, I didn't research any of this.
And some names. It's veritable who's who of Hollywood.
Well, come on. It's got Marcus Giamatti. And from what I understand or believe, let's find out in real time. I think that he's actually related to Paul Giamatti.
That would explain the surname.
Well, Giamatti is not necessarily something that I hear very often, although I am a sheltered Canadian.
Apart from this sentence, Giamatti, 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 Giamatti. Now you've heard it a lot.
Now I have. Now that you've listed it as such.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
That's my four favourite Giamattis right there. Not Giamatti for you.
Oh, and I forgot. This is, I would like to say hello to everyone and everyone to hello. DVB says, Trip says, sorry, Professor Frank, not Frank. That's Scotty. PvP
Exactly.
says, hello, PvP. Pleasant Valley
PvP.
Pickers CA. Internet crap here tonight. Had to go to
Oh, have you moved to New
480.
Zealand?
Yeah. I know a guy in the UK. He used to be a pro rugby player. Delicious. And Meringue is here. It's always a pleasure to see Meringue
Now it's a party.
in the Phantasmagorium Hizzle. Thank you so much for being here. And okay, so yeah, no, I'm going to be talking about Necessary Roughness. This is sort of a bait and switch. This is just sort of like a live trials and tribulations. If you have any questions about Necessary Roughness, like it's a Scott Bakula movie about a football team that overcomes incredible odds of being stripped of their financial and corrupt ways. And so they create a whole new team and they go out and they know they're going to lose, and they do, but they win one game and it brings them together as people. They learn from each other. Jason Bateman and Scott Bakula are there. Kathy Ireland shows up as an incredibly hot kicker.
Typecast again.
Again. Although, you know what? Wow. If you watch the movie, I would like a full detailed report on how those two people make the love. Seems very awkward. Is the lady on top? She must be. So yes, if you have not yet seen Necessary Roughness, I highly recommend it. It is, I would say it's better than Major League. And Major League is probably my favorite. No. Major League is probably my favorite baseball movie. Maybe. Which do you prefer?
Potato or potato?
No,
What?
if you watch Bull Durham or if
Potato.
you watch, well, I prefer potato. So Bull Durham or Tin Cup, which is your favorite Kevin Costner sports movie?
It's got to
Have
be
you
Bull Durham.
seen Tin Cup?
No.
Well, it is a golf movie, and I highly recommend it.
Yeah, that's a word that just doesn't resonate with me unless it's
You don't like golf, but you sound like you
It's a
have
good
an
walk
accent
sport.
for golf.
I don't like watching it. I don't like playing it. I don't like getting dragged around the golf course with my mates. I don't like pretending to like it. I've only got bad. Even my Hollywood golfing anecdote, I had to let Ron Howard play through. Nothing happened. It was so boring. So even no. So golf, no.
Yeah. I look ridiculous no matter what sport I'm playing, even golf.
Have you ever played badminton?
Have you ever played
No.
Goodmington?
No. But
so no sports. Fair enough.
Well,
hey, Matt G in the chat.
Matt G. The only sports I like is an album by Huey Lewis and the News. Boom. It's hip to be square.
Hey, Matt G.
What did he say?
Matt G in the house.
I feel like Matt G is tipping you, Jill. What did he say?
He said Jill secretly went alone to see Magic Mike on Friday.
Is there a new Magic Mike?
I have no idea what he's talking about, but because I went on an away mission, so he's saying that instead of having a live stream on Friday, I just went to the movies.
It was hilarious because while she was on her away missions, she was sending me communiques regarding analytics. And I was just like, will you please relax?
Oh, hey, Ben is here.
Ben is here.
What's it up, everyone?
Ahoy.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey, Ben.
Jill.
Hey, Ben, who won the Super Bowl?
I guess it was Kansas City, which I...
Hey! Are they still called the Chiefs or no?
For now. Yeah, I'm surprised.
Oh, hey, I got the names of the sport teams that were playing wrong.
Boom.
Makes sense.
I don't give...
It wasn't Giants and
Eagles. I don't give too many fucks about Super Bowl stuff. But I guess I was rooting for Kansas City because I hate Philadelphia because they employed a dog beater, dog murderer Michael Vick. So after the
Wow.
fact. So
I'm rooting for the Texas State Armadillos because Necessary Roughness. Have you seen Necessary Roughness, Ben?
yep, I remember. I saw that movie in the I saw that movie in the 7th grade, 7th or 8th grade, and I saw it in the theater with some people, and yeah, it wasn't Major League. We'll put it that way.
See,
Major League is a classic.
Who needs numbers
Oh.
when you got noises? Reviewing movies, I give it a. See, that's valid. That's like a.
I got that from Cap because Cap has done that on our show before. He rates movies with so
Yeah, much more accurate than numbers.
It was definitely corny and pretty silly.
Which one?
Your movie.
Oh, I didn't know you saw it.
Yeah, you told me not to watch it, which made me want to watch it.
That makes sense. That sounds like me.
You told her not to watch it.
Well, yeah, I
Only
was like,
review.
it's gonna suck. It's gonna be terrible.
Don't
I'm
look,
sorry.
Mary.
No, you didn't even say that. But
What did
you said
so
I don't
why-
have to watch it
No, I said you didn't have to. Well, when did you watch it?
today.
Yeah. So I asked Jill to be on the show tonight, and before she could say I didn't even watch the movie, I was like, it doesn't matter if you watched the movie, we'll tell you about it. And so then she did her research, and I appreciate that. Thanks, Jill. So on a scale from 1 to 7, what would you give Necessary Roughness? Does it get the extra point?
Does it get an ugh or a huh?
Well, I don't know. That depends. What does 3 tell you?
3's not 3 out of 7. That's not bad. Come on, that's a field goal.
Well, yeah, it was entertaining, but it was kind of, I don't know.
It had Sinbad in it. Come on.
Sinbad, it was the best part. He's the only real nerd in this movie. Being the professor of astronomy, he has the best line in the movie, talking about supernovas.
But I really liked the relationship between Hector Elizondo's Ed and Robert Loggia's Riggendorf, Wally. Like, I really enjoy that. I like the old guard trying to protect the dignity of the sport. Yeah. I don't know. There was something about it that was more than I thought. I was thinking about it specifically, and I was like, is this better than Major League?
No.
And I was like, this is better than Major League.
You're fucking insane.
It's been a while since I've seen Major League.
Major League is a classic. It's like one of the best sports movies of all time. You know,
it smells like Brie Larson.
Well, speaking as someone who was employed by the the Southern California University program, I can tell you right now, there's some false, there's some bullshit that goes on in this movie, and that is a professor could not join the football team. But I'm sure you all knew that already.
Even if he is also a student. Okay.
No, yeah,
very similar to
yeah, any member of faculty would not be.
And I get it. That was part of the humor. Was like, we're putting together this mishmash of players to try to make some kind. I do have respect for this movie because it never takes this ragtag team that sucks at the beginning and then figures it out and becomes good. They still suck at the end. They just beat their arch nemesis. And I love that about it. You know, that's the best thing I can say. It's like, they still suck. They lost almost every game, but they beat the one game, or they beat the one team that mattered to them the most, the bar fight, you know? So I like it for that. You know, it's not just so ridiculously like, oh, we suck. And then now we're good because of a speech or some shit, you know?
Yeah. And I guess they also tried to mix it up by playing, like, I don't know football. I never heard of Iron Man team where offense players play defense roles at the same time. I learned that from this movie today.
Watch it. Me too.
The best defense is offense.
It's a pretty dopey movie, though. It's pretty
It is.
dopey, but
Like
It
they
is
can find
dopey.
a few more
but
players.
I mean,
and
I
that entire student body.
the cast in and of itself, I mean, Jason Bateman, my boy Captain Archer, like, I mean, right there, it's like it's all right. I mean, Sinbad. There's Kathy Ireland's my biggest crush growing up.
Well,
as a kid.
but even remember when the prison guys they
Yeah.
show up? You got Dick Buttkiss, you got Herschel Walker, you got Evander Holyfield, Jim Kelly.
That
like,
was a good way to bring in those
Evander Holyfield.
It was definitely a cool way to bring in all those cameos in that prison scene. Yeah, for sure.
That was great. And there's a lot of heart in terms of the management of the team, as well as the trying to get to know one another as teammates in the Paul Blake. I love when Manu says, it's like, Mr. Blake, no one is ever going to touch you. And it's just like, this is amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, I love that. He's
Chewbacca.
like, he'll never touch you. Yeah, that was good. The center. He was the center. Yeah. That was pretty cool.
Like, I think it's a really heartfelt film. I enjoy it incredibly. And also Kathy Ireland. Thank you for the moment of silence.
Oh,
for
no.
Kathy
I
I just started thinking about Kathy Ireland. And
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happens when you say that.
I mentioned her too, and yeah, and that's something that does happen.
Did I say Swimsuit Illustrated? That was a Freudian slip.
That happens a ton in college football, where, I mean, not with a female, obviously, but like a soccer player with a hell of a leg, a hell of a kick, will end up being a kicker on a sports team. I mean, that's pretty much how you become a.
I'm not into sports, but I am into Sports Illustrated bikini issue.
Oh, she played
before the internet. That's all we had.
Okay.
I haven't paid any attention to the chat.
So she played the kicker. Okay.
Yeah, she was
without the chat, and yet tease them a bit.
Yeah. So you have to
chat.
tell me who the character is.
I just want to say hi to Edge of Time, Black Philip Alvarez,
Time,
Trip,
Black
it's a pleasure. Pleasant Valley Picker, thank you for being here. I love your body, Larry Meringue.
Meringue.
And
Meringue, we went
much.
shooting today.
Matt G with the Matt Genus all over my Matt G and G's spots. Phil again. And thank you so much. I love whatever tickle your balls. Edge of Time again. Anyway, yes. So I just wanted to say hello to everyone. And now I'll start paying attention to what you're actually saying. I appreciate it. So what did you guys actually watch any of the Super Bowl? Did you guys see any of the trailers? I saw one trailer.
I had it on in the background.
And you asked to see a trailer. Like, I didn't know.
What is a Super Bowl? Is it something you put a big salad in?
Well, yeah,
it's pretty. That's good.
It was a big salad.
It's a good one, Cap. It's a good one. It was simple, but I liked it.
Yay!
No, I had it on in the background. I was finishing editing some work shit that I had going on, so I had it on the background. So every time it went, to be honest with you guys, every time it went to commercial, I'd actually turn my head to see, because there's just like random commercials. Like, Scotty, I was telling you, there was like a John Hamm, Brie Larson's commercial.
I heard something about it. I haven't seen it yet. No.
I don't know what it was for, but I just turned my head and I was like, oh, John Hamm is like miniaturized in a refrigerator, and like Brie Larson's staring at him from her. In
a refrigerator? Are they going to go with Ham? They're going Ham and Brie, aren't they? They're going Ham and Brie in the fridge. I can see where this is going.
I think it was a ham sandwich. So that.
Oh no! They should get Paul Rubens, and it'd be a Rubens sandwich. Come on.
I think
the Miles Teller Bud Light commercial was probably my favorite. It was just very human and funny, and it's very relatable. That when you're on hold and you hear those songs when they put you on hold when you're calling a company, the songs are just so terrible and they just screech through your ears. So he and his wife like start drinking beer, and then the music amplifies and it becomes this beautiful song, and they're like getting drunk and dancing while they're on hold. I was like, I get that. I like that. It's cool.
Your
And then obviously
call
you
is
had the
important
fucking
to us.
John Travolta doing the Grease song with the guys from Scrubs. I was like, oh my God, like that's kind of cool.
Wow, the guys from Scrubs were slumming it.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, honestly, the way John Travolta looks now, he could play Lex Luthor if he was a better actor, you know. But I mean, he's a fine actor, but
Yeah, well, tell that to Vincent. Imagine that,
Well-
starting as Thor and ending up as Lex Luthor.
Well,
Yeah,
and you know, when it comes to football day movies, this like Necessary Roughness is up there because obviously you get Captain Archer, you get Hector Elizondo. Like there are so many people in this movie. It just feels like a yearbook, and that's what football is supposed to feel like. From what I understand. But like when you're looking at a movie to watch for football's sake, not the yearbook sake, I would take Any Given Sunday, which I think is a superior football movie.
it's
But
so
it's
good. Yeah.
just so much more dour.
Yeah, it's Oliver Stone like taking everything he loved about the NFL and everything he hated about the NFL and giving you that dirty, grimy feel of like the inner workings of like the stuff behind the team and how like anybody, the Cameron Diaz character like represents like just this is who owns football teams, people that don't know shit about anything, but they're just like born into it. So they get it, you know. And then you have your Al Pacino, who, God, he's so good in that movie. So good in that movie. But oh, there's another person on.
There
It's
is, but
PvP.
you have to continue, and then PvP will introduce himself when you have finished your thought.
No, but
David.
Any Given Sunday has like such a good mesh of like really good sports movie like footage and coverage, and then it also has like it's pretty much the first time anybody saw Jamie Foxx as a dramatic actor after In Living Color, you know, which was almost like 7 or 8
Even
years.
LL Cool J in that.
And LL Cool J, yeah. I mean Dennis Quaid,
James Todd Smith in a football movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, please welcome to the program, Mr. Pleasant Valley Picker, CA, the
Hi, Scotty.
maestro, the maestro of punk.
Hey, yeah.
Hello, PvP.
Hi, Jill. I thought you were on holidays till Tuesday.
I thought you got 3 years.
Tuesday. Did I say Tuesday?
I thought you'd gone on. Yeah, I remember you posted.
No,
something.
I said I'll be. Well, when I posted that community link, I meant that my next show is on Tuesday, not that I'm out of commission
well,
until Tuesday.
I thought, you know, when you said I'll be back Tuesday.
Actually, I'm
you
probably
meant
going to.
I'll be
cancel
back.
on Tuesday.
I thought you said I'm all right,
You
Spike.
You know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know,
I need an extended. I need an extended vacation. I'm probably going to.
You know,
I need
there's
a whiskey
nothing
in the
more
707.
pleasurable than being the host of a show where as soon as you let someone on, they're like, oh, yeah, no, thanks, Scott. Anyway, Jill.
I do
Jill.
appreciate you putting the link in the chat there, Scotty.
Well,
Hey,
dude, you're
Jill.
more than
You
welcome.
mad fool.
Yes. Yes.
Jill,
Then
can you do me a favor, Jill, and say Pleasant Valley Picker is here in the chat?
Pleasant Valley Picker is here in the chat.
See, that's why I tune into your channel, just to hear stuff like that. Sorry.
That's you
I'm
know
glad
what
that
that's my ringtone.
You know what? I'm
What,
so
Jill's
glad.
voice is your ringtone?
Well, you know, okay, so when I get like a text message notification from anything, it's Jill being like, "Ooh, ScottyR37," and like I got a perfect clip, and that's what it does.
Well, Jill does have a nice voice. So.
But I
He
am
does.
very glad that Ben is here because he's seen a lot more sports ball movies than I have.
Yeah, I got to admit, I haven't
Sports
seen a
ball.
huge number of sports films, but I have seen some good ones. So I thought, what the hell, I'll drop in for a while.
Well, what's your favorite sports ball movie, dude?
Sports ball. I can't wait to talk about sports ball.
Like in terms of I prefer here, if I may set a table for you. My preferred sports ball movie is one where it's underdogs who overcome the like I'm a Caddyshack guy,
Which is
I-
95%.
Oh. Caddyshack, that's a great film.
Yeah, and is that a sports ball movie or is that a class movie? I think it's a class movie. It's not a sports ball movie.
Well, it does have,
It's
the
a
sport of
stoner
golf
movie.
as a theme.
Right, here's
I
one
guess.
for me. What about rollerball? Is that science fiction, sports ball, or both?
I
I'd say
I'm a
kind of both to
It's
me.
awesome.
I'm
That's
ashamed
my
to say I've
that's
never
my
seen
official
it.
favorite sports movie, Rollerball. The original,
Oh,
of course.
yeah, the
Of course,
original's
I
a
mean
great film.
never seen it.
Jonathan.
Directed by a Canadian, by the way.
Norman Jewison.
That explains the
That is
ultra
right.
violence. Oh, he
He
must have
was
been growing up.
Jewison-ish.
That's why it's hockey. It's hockey with more baseball bats and motorbikes. That's why it's fucking
Hockey
ice.
is
That's why Rollerball's so violent. I knew it. A Canuck director.
hockey is a violent game for sure.
Exactly.
You're
He makes
killing me,
Rollerball look like
Smalls.
lawn tennis.
Wait,
It used to be more violent, though.
rollerball. You're talking about that? You're talking about that Chris Klein movie from 2002, Rollerball?
No, that was a remake.
No,
with
what I
John
said the
Yeah, that
original.
was a remake.
Kidding.
Norman
Spen, do we look like
Jewison,
he's hanging off
James
the turnip
Caan,
truck?
Rollerball.
No, the
was-
original
I was kidding.
with James Caan.
Well, James Caan was actually in one of the best sports dramas of all time.
Yeah,
Brian,
Rollerball.
Brian song.
Brian's
I've
song,
never
whatever.
seen it. I
Rollerball.
heard it's going to make me cry.
I've heard that's very, very good, but I have not seen it.
Yeah, it's a sad movie, but it's good.
Yeah, I heard it's a kind of a tearjerker.
Like Old Yeller.
Yeah,
Kinda
I
like
saw that
Old
as a
Yeller.
kid. I saw that as a kid, and that was not fun.
Change you forever.
When you're like, 8 years old or whatever, it's not a fun movie to watch.
I've never seen it.
Well-
I'm still not ready for it.
You know what? And this is my person. Fuck off. It's my opinion. Of course it is. This is where I get to say whatever I want. No, but I think that kids today need to learn that dogs will die.
Yeah, they need to learn that everything will die eventually.
Well, let's not go crazy there, Auntie.
Well,
Santa.
yeah, I'm not going to tell my 5-year-old, hey, you're going to be dead in
I'm just
70
saying.
years.
As
You're if you
as,
keep acting like that.
as an individual who started up my developmental understanding of the world, Old Yeller was one of those things where it was like, when they shot the dog, I understood what was going on. It was a very graphic at the time for me. Like, it's a Disney movie. It's not graphic at all. But it was a very expressive way of showing, all right, things die.
Well, it
And-
wasn't graphic on screen, but it
No,
was
but
graphic in your mind because you knew what had happened. I mean, the dog went rabid and they had to put him down, right?
yeah.
And it
And
was
put him down
heartbreaking.
as opposed. Yes, it was. Agreed. And so, yes,
Why did I
think
bring
that
up Old Yeller?
I don't agree. I don't agree with the nerfing of the world because, quite frankly, I think that the children of today have to understand that death occurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you have the Star Trek's Old Yeller, Yesteryear from the animated series.
Yes, the Yeller.
Ichaya.
But yeah, I mean, that was back when Disney had the guts to make, good, strong films, right? They
What was the
they
best?
weren't pandering. They were.
Well, what's
making
your
some great
favorite
films.
Disney movie? What's your favorite Disney movie?
Oh gosh, there's
Necessary
so
Roughness.
many.
It is. No, you know what? It's a Paramount picture, so it's not
Isn't
even remote.
isn't Mighty Ducks Disney?
It
Mighty
is.
Ducks is Disney.
is.
Yes.
Yeah, those are good movies.
And then they actually went on to become a real team with that name,
I know,
Mighty Ducks.
which was
I
very
wa-
bizarre.
I go see them at least once a year.
Quack quack.
Well, but the Mighty, the Ducks are they still a team? The Ducks?
Yeah, I
think they are.
I don't like that it's called the Honda Center now. We used to go see the games when it was actually called the Pond, but that's been a long time. But
Yeah.
because I live right around the corner from the Pond
Oh,
or
cool.
the Honda Center.
It seems like corporatization has kind of, renamed all the sports arenas, though, kind of.
Yeah, you don't have anything left that's not a brand name. Like
Yeah.
growing up, I always thought like Wrigley Field was like, oh, that's a cool name, and then I'm like, oh, it's just a product. But
Yeah.
I've been buying a lot of FTX lately, and I'm hoping it's going to pay off.
I'd have to answer Scotty's question about my favorite Disney film. I have
Yeah.
quite a few. I mean, like
Well,
20,000
give me top
League, Under
three.
the Sea.
Top three.
Is it-
Okay, so that's one.
That's a great
Where do
film.
these blue brothers live?
Kirk
Wrigley
Douglas and that
Field,
is pretty
so-
awesome.
John
He
Carter.
is.
Jeez,
On
I mean,
Mars.
it's hard off the top of my. I don't know if I can give you three, but I'll give you probably my favorite, in the sense that it probably made the biggest impact on me because I saw it in the theater as a kid.
Hole.
No, that was decent, but it wasn't a favorite.
Guardians
El
of the
Topo.
Galaxy.
Was that a Disney film?
Yeah, technically.
Okay, well, yeah, I haven't seen that yet because I don't know. I like vintage
You haven't
Disney.
seen Guardians of the
I like
Galaxy?
the Disney when
You are
Walt.
in for
That's
a
the
treat.
second best MCU movie ever.
Yeah,
dude.
Well,
you're in for a treat, man.
I've heard it's good.
I loved Swiss Family Robinson when I was a kid.
Okay.
Well, what's that show that we're supposed to watch, Jill? The Swiss Family Caruso
No.
on Mars?
Robinson
yeah,
Crusoe on Mars.
Yes.
And that is,
What?
I have seen that
That's a thing.
many times, and it is a great film.
I've never seen it, but like,
It's
what year is
awesome.
that from?
It's
Like
awesome.
1965 or something?
Something like that. And it has Adam West in it.
Yay!
It's a serious science fiction movie that I learned from the Clobberin Time show.
Well, hey, Raquel loves it, so that's got to say something, right?
Yes, to me it says everything.
I mean, if you can
Oh.
impress Raquel, you're doing something right, I think.
Well, Jill, I like Clobby. Clobby's good show.
Glad
He's
we
He
see
knows
fantastic.
his onions.
But yeah, that's, the Robinson one you mentioned, Cinema. That's probably I'll put that one as number 2 then, because that was a really good film. Another one I saw in the
I
theater.
love the imagination of Swiss Family Robinson. Like it was
Oh, yeah.
it was so wondrous. Like
And
when
the
you
way
see
they
what
constructed
build
the sets. And
yeah.
that was the one where the pirates attacked at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah. It kind of
that was fun. That was fun.
But yeah.
But my most impactful as a kid, I think I saw it when I was like 7 back in 65 or whenever it originally came out in the theaters. It has to be Mary Poppins.
What?
Mary Poppins is an amazing film if you see it on a big screen. It's
I have
She
a
was a great
question.
influence on Princess Leia.
I have a question for you. Which do you prefer? Do you like Mary Poppins or Bedknobs and Broomsticks?
I thought Bedknobs and Broomsticks was kind of weak.
Okay, fair enough.
I think
liked
Dick
it because
Van
there
Dyke's
were.
accent was spot on. Chim chim chiree.
Well, the thing is, some of the set pieces in Mary Poppins are absolutely phenomenal on a big screen like that. What's the scene where she's singing the Feed the Birds song, and you've got birds flying everywhere, and it's just so cinematically gorgeous. I mean, the
Up in the bag.
cinematography, the music.
Didn't they make like a Mary Poppins sequel?
Yeah,
With,
they
like,
did, and I hear it
fucking,
kind of sucked.
I never saw it.
Yeah, I didn't
What was
see
it,
it.
Emily
either.
Blunt?
Yeah, I hear it
His
wasn't
star,
very good.
Mary Poppins 2, The Revenge.
Yeah.
This ain't no umbrella now, motherfucker.
Oh, Jesus.
Mary Poppins.
I'm Mary
2,
Poppins.
POO.
But yeah, I know.
Mary Poppins, yo.
I know that to younger folks that weren't there, when it first came out, maybe the whole concept of Mary seems a little saccharine now, but it was a damn good, bloody, entertaining film when it came out, especially when you're like 7 years old, and it kind of
It
blew
was
my
bloody?
mind.
Like,
Actually,
it was,
I would-
It was.
I mean,
good.
same-
Oh no,
I mean,
it was more chalky.
I'm
But
gonna have to break
Mary
in.
flying with her umbrella, and that was some pretty cool stuff.
Sorry, I'm getting notifications
Uh-oh.
from our producers. Apparently, our thumbnail has absolutely nothing to do with the conversation that we're having. So I've been told to apologize that there is not enough
Well, let's
necessary
be
roughness.
honest.
Mission creep.
let's be
Mission
honest,
creep.
Scotty.
Pull it back.
Let's be honest, Scotty. Necessary roughness only merits about 5 minutes worth of conversation.
And you
Well,
got
no,
it.
This movie
I think
is
the thumbnail was enough.
this
Well, that's how
movie-
you
Change the
get
thumbnail
people in.
afterwards to Old Yeller.
That's how
Well,
you real
maybe you should have put in necessary roughness and possibly a few other things, like Jill often does on her
Oh,
Friday.
that's
streams,
catchy.
right?
Necessary roughness and a
Well,
few
Jill will
other
often,
things.
say we're going to do UFO and maybe have some other topics. And that's
we had
Well-
we had this idea for a show a
That's
couple
fair.
years ago where it was the idea of the show was like talking about movie titles from the past that would now seem creepy. And the first thing that came to my mind was Follow Me Boys, which was a Disney movie starring Kurt Russell.
And it's about Boy Scouts too, which is even.
It's about
creepier.
Boy Scouts, yeah. The whole
That's another one I saw when it first came out. Actually, that was a decent film. And Fred McMurray was a decent actor in his
Do you remember, dude, Kurt Russell's probably like the longest running actor maybe in history.
Oh,
He's been
God, he's
acting
been
since he
going
was
since,
5 years old.
like the
You know,
early
that's-
60s or something, right?
dude.
Oh yeah, he was on an episode of Gilligan's Island, right?
Yeah,
Or-
he was.
Gilligan's
he was like
Island.
a
Yes,
fucking
suffer those
Tarzan kid or something.
implausible sets.
He
Jeff
was in,
Daniels is close. Jeff
did an-
Daniels is close.
he did an episode of season 1 Lost in Space as well, and he was actually quite good in it.
God, I love the
Actually
original
quite
Lost in
good.
Space.
I think my favorite performance by Kurt, though, has got to be Escape from New York. I love that film.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's brilliant.
I know
Yeah.
it is, but it's like he does so many more charismatic roles. Like you either
Oh,
get
I
your
don't know.
subdued, you
Yeah,
either
Big
get your
Trouble in Little
subdued.
China
I
was
found
charisma.
Snake to be quite nuanced, really.
No,
you know.
he is. But then you have your
And-
Jack.
Yeah, he's
Burton.
mean and surly.
I like it
What?
better when he channels his John Wayne. You know, like fucking you know,
Like in
Jack
Hateful
Burton.
Eight.
Dude, definitely Hateful Eight. Yeah, he's
Wait.
totally.
Oh, by the way, I didn't realize. I just assumed some people don't know. Hateful Eight is not a sequel. Captain, I can't watch that. I haven't seen the first 7.
That's
I
good.
hate you so much.
8
I
times.
remember Tarantino had said he originally conceptualized Hateful Eight as like a sequel to Django, and that actually,
He didn't suit the character.
no, Samuel L. Jackson's character. If you really listen to a lot of the dialogue and the stuff about his history, it could actually be Django as an older man. It really does kind of fit.
I
know he
think
didn't
it's
go
funny
with
that Will Smith was considered for Django, but Will Smith said, no, I don't want a character
Thank
that's
goodness.
overly violent.
Yeah, I would agree. Thank goodness.
Yeah, there wasn't enough slapping in that. Yeah.
Well, the
Exactly.
thing is, that Wild Wild West film, as a fan of the original TV
I like
series,
the way you die, boy.
the original TV series was so great, and I thought the film was kind of, crap, basically.
Well, I thought Unnecessary Roughness was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Expialidocious.
Oh, Jill.
Okay, I need Jill to
Bringing it in
I
with the
need Jill to
hammer.
explain that. So you thought it was too sweet? Jill's gone away.
Explain your.
Yeah, explain your statement,
Jill
Jill.
just did a-
No, I
It,
just.
it
I
was
was
a
wondering-
it was a
I
bit
did-
I do not
precocious.
understand.
Jill did a
even though
mic
the
drop.
sound of
She did a
it,
mic drop after that. That's why.
Yeah, that was incredible. I don't know. Like,
No, that's all I had to say.
So
That's all
necessary
you had to
roughness
say,
was,
okay.
was too sweet.
So it was.
Unless
It
you
was
want me to talk about the fact that
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Was it like a spoonful of sugar, Jill?
This has nothing to do. It was just a
lie.
joke.
Okay.
It was just a joke, PvP. But
Okay.
I was sold this movie as an episode of Quantum Leap, but there was no Al.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there
I'm
was
looking
no
forward
Al.
to when
Oh,
you guys resume
because-
Quantum Leap, but I
head
guess you
cannon.
guys
No
are
Al.
going to do Picard in another week or two, eh?
No,
Or are you
this
guys,
is
are you guys
listening,
gonna
no?
review the? Are you
At
guys
least
gonna
that's the
review
rumor.
the new Quantum Leap? Oh
No.
wait, that's
No,
already
they've been watching the
canceled.
old one.
I was kidding because I think that was already canceled.
No, we're
Yeah, it
having
probably
fun.
was.
It's
We're
not
having-
canceled. They're having
we're ha-
season 2.
Oh wow,
We just wish it was canceled.
somebody's
Everyone at
watching it.
once.
We're having fun reviewing the original series, and that's. I hope that people go and seek out the original series.
Yeah, I've been
Jill?
watching. I've been watching. the
How have
original
you been
series.
enjoying your soundtracks with your original series?
I am still upset that I don't have the correct music for all of my Quantum Leap episodes, and I'm still looking for the mill one that you have.
And I do have the original broadcast with the original music on physical media. It's available on DVD and Blu-ray.
Which is especially terrible in the DJ episode where there's a ton of great music.
So
Have you-
much good music.
Have you checked eBay, Jill? Because sometimes you can
Well,
get
no,
box
I can
sets-
find it physically, but
You can sometimes
that-
get box sets super cheap on there if you look.
You're
for a
right.
while.
I just need to
eBay's the
buy it.
best thing ever.
See, there you go. Now you've given me another notification when I like when someone texts me. And it's like I can get it physically. That'll be like the thing that yells out of my pocket.
Great.
Isn't it?
Oh,
As
Oh,
far as
sunshine.
we were talking football movies originally, weren't we, Scotty?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will mention probably my favorite all-time football movie, which was The Longest Yard from 1974 with Burt
So
Reynolds.
good. So
My
good.
dad was talking about that. I've never
Movie's
seen it. What's it
awesome.
about? Tell me about it.
Well, Burt Reynolds basically commits a crime. He goes to prison, And for some reason, the warden there thinks it's going to be a great idea for them to, have play football. So the inmates basically form football teams, and every I guess I don't know once I can't remember, I haven't seen it in years, but probably like once a week they go out and play a game, and just I guess recreation, exercise, keeping the prisoners from plotting an escape or whatever the warden's motives might have been. But anyway, Bert ends up being kind of, I think he's the quarterback on the one
Yeah,
team.
he's the quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's pretty awesome. Like, it's hilariously funny. There's one moment when Bert, drills a guy in the nuts with the ball that you have to see to believe because it's so good.
Who else
And,
is in it?
oh, geez, I'd have to look it up.
Well, if you
Well, like,
remember PvP, it was the warden had like kind of convinced all of the inmates that it was this like exercise thing, but what it really was the warden and all the prison guards and stuff like that were there was a lot of money at stake. Like they had all these like inside deals.
Yeah, that's right. They were betting on the games,
Yeah,
weren't they?
yeah. It was like a crooked fucking scheme where they were
Yeah,
using
the
these
warden
inmates.
was a real dick. And actually, the warden was played by Eddie Albert from Green Acres, if I remember
I
correctly.
love Eddie Albert.
Which is crazy because you associate Eddie Albert with, being a nice guy in Green Acres, but he was a real dick in the film. It was great.
But I think
Yeah.
Eddie Albert sort of had the same differences in career that Leslie Nielsen had.
I think
He was
yeah.
widely known as being a clown,
Hmm.
but he did have serious, like Eddie Albert was.
Yeah, I think before Green Acres,
dramatic
he probably did
actor.
dramatic stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's interesting.
But yeah,
It's
it's a
fun.
good film. I mean, yeah, the whole betting thing, I'd forgotten about that. But yeah, that was the main motivation, I guess, for the warden to be doing that, right? Because he was making a buck. But and there was some really serious stuff too. I hate to give spoilers, but hey, this is a 1974 film, so I guess if you haven't seen it by now.
Yeah, no, we the Phantasmagorium accepts all responsibility of spoilers, yada yada.
But
yada,
there
blah.
is some tragic stuff. I'll just say there's some tragic stuff that happens to people in the film as well. So, it's got some hard
Do they
hitting.
die?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess
Yes,
it's not
in a
called
horrible
the
way.
Happiest Yard, is it?
So it's got some real tragic stuff and it's got some hilarious stuff. It's one of those great films that's very well balanced. So it's very entertaining. It's a great film, really.
Yeah, it's a really cool movie. They remade it with like fucking Billy Madison or whatever, or not Billy Madison, fucking Adam Sandler.
I mean, any film with Adam Sandler, I'll take a pass on.
It wasn't.
I'm not an Adam Sandler fan, to be honest.
I've never
he's
once
okay, but
seen
that
a
movie wasn't
single
very good.
Adam Sandler film.
If you want to watch one Adam Sandler film,
No, thanks.
Well, no, I'm gonna give you a suggestion. It's just my suggestion.
Go on, try me. Is it better than Princess Bride?
Punch Drunk Love is the movie you should see.
I thought, was he in The Wedding Singer? I thought that was supposed to be his best film.
Well, he was in The Wedding Singer. I consider Punch Drunk Love to be his best film.
Okay.
That's a good title for. That's what they should have called Raging Bull.
Punch Drunk Love, yeah, makes sense.
That would make a lot of sense.
I've never seen Raging Bull.
Oh, Raging Bull's really good.
It's in black and white, and I don't like that.
Yeah, black and white is great. You're missing a lot, Scotty. There's a lot of amazing.
Dude, I'm being facetious. Anyone who knows me knows.
Okay, I'll
get out my
cardboard boxes and build a fort right now.
Hey, dude, do you want to make cardboard forts? I am on your team. Let's go.
Cardboard forts are fun.
They're the best time.
Yes, well, they were at least when maybe a lot of decades ago. I'd probably a bit old for that.
I know.
Now.
You can't even. You couldn't sit cross-legged if you tried.
There's some big boxes out there.
That's what I have said.
And that's not a sex joke, by the way.
That I was going to try.
I didn't think it was.
Judge.
Well, I thought Scotty would probably go there, so. I know. I'm getting to know Scotty all too well, I think.
I think so.
But yeah, Longest Yard was a great film. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's one of those good. It's one of the better football movies for sure, where it's kind of part comedy, but it's also really gritty.
Yeah.
And obviously there's a lot of dark shit in it. Like
A drama,
Yeah,
dude.
true. It's kind of a dramedy, I guess they would call it these days.
Oh, is there a in here?
So Scotty, to like re-pivot back to Necessary Roughness, when we're
Yes, sir.
kind of not comparing it, but we're bringing up Major League.
Mhm.
I just looked up a fun fact that the poster creators for Necessary Roughness intentionally mimicked exactly the Major League poster because
makes
people
sense.
loved Major League. So they're like, oh, let's bring some familiarity to it and like just, subconsciously make people go, oh, this is the football movie of that. Except it wasn't, because Necessary Roughness was PG-13. So it wasn't able to go as crazy as Major League was. But
Well, no, but okay. So the thing is, and it's weird, is that I was checking the swearing in Necessary Roughness, and there was a moment where I visibly saw someone say, fuck.
yeah.
And it was dubbed over as bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Scott Bakula. He said it.
No, it was Featherstone.
Oh.
He was talking
There
to
were
the
two then.
Australian rugby guy, and he was like, "Why don't you go fuck a kangaroo?" But they dubbed it, and they said,
they did
"Why
say
don't you go
bang."
bang a kangaroo?" And I
You
Which
was
guys-
like,
doesn't change the meaning
"That's
at all.
not what
so-
you said."
You guys
Well-
remember the infamous dub over in National Lampoon's European Vacation, where Clark clearly says "oh fuck" and it's dubbed over "darn it all."
Yeah, and they
Not even
do that.
close.
Oh
They've
God,
done
I
that.
hate that. Was
Yeah.
that like a TV version or something?
No, that actually.
No.
Well, no. I'm actually doing a video of it right now. The history of the PG-13 rating and how it came out. And European Vacation was
Spielberg,
one
indeed.
of the first movies where they were originally going with an R, and then when PG-13 was created,
Oh.
they went back through it and re-edited it and took out certain things. And the
Yeah.
darn it all thing is the most obvious.
I think that really kind of sucks when they
PG-13,
do
you're
that.
allowed 2 shits and a fuck for PG-13.
Yep.
Well, and in Necessary Roughness, they say fuck like twice. There's a lot of shits. Not a lot of shits, but like enough shits.
Every PG-13 movie can say fuck twice. They just elect not to most of the time.
No
is it twice?
nudity, but there is a little sexy shower with Kathy Ireland. That's
My
nice.
favorite PG-13 edit is Snakes on a Plane. The
Yeah.
Oh,
monkey
what
There's
biting.
did
too
they
many
say?
snakes on this mother flipping aeroplane.
on this Monday through Friday plane.
Yeah, the monkey fighting snakes on this Monday through Friday plane.
What does that even mean?
Monday through Friday.
It doesn't mean anything. It's provocative.
That's hilariously bad. I
Oh.
imagine he wasn't.
I remember.
saying Monday through Friday
I remember
originally.
Maggot Farmer. Maggot Farmer was always in place of Motherfucker.
Shut the front door.
Maggot Farmer.
You
That doesn't make
maggot
any
farmer.
sense at all.
It's gross.
That's well, it's gross, but it makes no sense.
I think the best
who
person
says
ever
that?
is here.
Oh,
So which-
censorship is such a weird
In the
thing.
backstage.
Who's here?
Oh, somebody else here?
Hey,
I use
Kat.
fuck
Oh,
and bang
God is in
synonymously.
control.
Katrine.
Cat in the hat.
Kat,
Yes.
you are you don't have a picture. You're an absent. You don't have a picture.
You're an eyeball.
Well,
You're
I,
white.
He's trying not to say you're a nipple.
I set the picture on the mobile version, but it's not on the desktop yet, apparently.
Are you okay being a nipple?
It's an eyeball or whatever the fuck it is. I don't care.
Okay, as long as you don't care, neither do I.
Let me see if I can edit the audio.
You're gonna have to you'd have to drop out and then redo.
Yeah, forget it.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm lazy too.
Well, because
So
of that,
what's going on?
it'd take me 2 seconds to get a picture off my phone if I was doing this on
It's-
mobile, but I'd have
Kat,
to go find my pictures in the desktop.
The only reason that I'm suggesting it is that if you do have an avatar or a picture of yourself, people will know who you are when you're talking, and
I
then
think
they
they
will
know
be
now.
attracted. Well, no, but they don't. Come on, don't overestimate our audience. They need pictures.
All right, let's see.
So is that the key to success, Scotty? Underestimating your audience, as P.T. Barnum once stated?
That's how we got to be friends, PvP.
The rule number one: the audience
Oh.
is the problem.
I'm doing the opposite. I'm overestimating my audience.
No, silly
I believe that
rabbit.
they are at
Tricks
least
are
as
for
smart as I
kids.
am.
Well, I do admire Jill for respecting her audience, I must say.
Jill is a much nicer person than
Well,
I
she
am.
overestimates them. She doesn't necessarily respect them.
You know what?
I have to get to know them first.
I expect my audience to
I respect them in
tussle
the morning.
with me, and so I hope that my audience is accepting of the playful tussle that I have with them.
Totally. I think that's one of the most charming things about your channel, Scotty.
Playful tussles without
Playful
unnecessary roughness.
See, I
Penguin
didn't have to
Avatar.
drop out to replace the picture, Scotty.
Boom.
Nice.
Hey, and now you look
It
There you
happened
go.
live on
gorgeous.
air.
Penguin.
You Oswald Cobblepot, you. So, now what do you want to talk about?
Well, what's the topic of the day? You said something
I
about.
don't know. You showed up and you were like, I have things to talk about, and I
It
was like,
seems to-
okay.
You were
The
asking.
topic of the day is about a sports movie from the early 90s that no
Yeah,
one
it seems to have
cares
turned into
about or
sports
remembers.
movies. Sports
I
movies in
do
general.
have a few more notes from necessary reference.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, really?
Go for it.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to
Well,
hear.
I don't really get into politics of the sports, but
Uh-oh.
actually, I understand where the dean's coming from when he says that he wants to focus on the education, and of course, and then he just gets fired for no reason at the end of the movie, just for being because of course he's nosy and a creepy jerk, but that seems to be they
The
fire him
requirement for a dean.
basically for being annoying.
That's how
And-
movies used to be back then. It's like the
Just like-
dean was never really like a piece of shit. They just were against what the rest of the movie was about. you
Oh,
know?
that's a trope.
It was a trope. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
Okay.
wasn't
like,
it like the
"Oh,
guy in
I'm
Animal House
I'm
or
sorry.
something?
I want to pay attention to the student's education. Oh, that guy's a prick. You know.
Yeah.
Larry Miller did a great job as
Yeah,
being
totally.
antagonistic. Like, even there's one moment, and I watched this movie twice today, and there's a
I'm
moment
sorry.
where he's no, I really had fun with it. Don't
Wow, that's
apologize.
dedication.
A slow
Dude.
news day.
Okay.
I was, what can I say? I like Hector Elizondo. And so I watched it,
You're
and
scally.
then Larry Miller is like, thank you, Coach Gennaro. And it's just so ridiculous in terms of the presentation. It makes it fun. It makes it,
Because that's supposed to be.
it's just
What they were
supposed to be
going for.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted there, like, you think that there's going to be a life at stake when the coach you think he gets a heart attack, but then they take it away and it's just a tummy ache.
Fair enough. But
Yeah, that was disappointing.
Wow, Jill, you paid attention to this one.
And
this is why Jill and I are friends.
Hey, Jill always
Um,
pays attention. Come on.
No, I didn't say.
Well-
I didn't mean she didn't. But fuck, yeah.
okay,
I've
the
always-
other one I had was Jason Bateman, and from Arrested Development, because that's how I know him.
Mhm.
You
Don't know him from Teen Wolf 2?
No, his role in the movie is to become a better student, possibly. And so I thought this was the part of the movie where we're going to get a change in someone's life for the better, because I kept thinking
Yeah.
Quantum Leap. I was
Yeah.
expecting something like that, but no.
he's living in the shadow of his father in that
Yes.
movie. Yeah.
And that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping, but no. Instead, we just get Sinbad, who gives him a computer software that he uses off screen to pass his exam. So there wasn't even a learning montage or anything.
No, there
fun.
wasn't, but that was a good moment though when he passes and like he gives a hug to Sinbad, and Sinbad goes, "You know what, man? We got to get wild. We got to party." You know, come on, who doesn't love it? That was in the trailer.
Yes. Okay, great. And then
Hey.
Sorry, Joe.
and then the love interest in the movie. I thought, okay, so when you asked if I played sports, I don't really play sports, but in college, they have the racquetball there, they have the balls there. I just went when I went to the gym to, okay, maybe I should do something. And so I did that. So,
You played
she was
racquetball?
just for fun, not like for sport.
Oh, that's still good.
But, okay, so I was hoping she was the nerd of the movie because she's the journalism professor. She's playing racquetball. But then she just turns out to be a cheerleader and who was on the rival team for Scott.
Well, wait.
And that she had a crush on him the whole time. And so that ruined that for me.
Wait, come on. Hang on just 2 seconds and let me unthaw your icy heart. I think that it is absolutely adorable that what's her name? Suzanne
Harley Kozak.
And Paul met the way that they did. It was an acceptable meet cute. He gets hit in the head with a racquetball. I thought that was fun. And then finding out that not only was Paul a hero of hers, but an object of affection based on the fact that he was that awesome. And let's not forget that Paul Bates, he adopted his father's business once he died at the end of high school. He did not do this abandonment of football. He didn't do that because he was flippant or he looked at it as a thing that he wanted, but he had responsibility for his family.
Are you
Yeah, that part was
You
nice.
can't say the
now?
word
Are you Bane?
responsibility without love.
He had responsibility for his family. Like, you sound like Bane.
No, I just don't know why. I don't know where I'm going with it.
Okay, but that's okay. I had just one more note, a more positive one. I did like that they used the cliche of bringing a girl on the team. And there's one thing that this movie predicted really well, because in 2020, there's a lady named Sarah Fuller. She made history as the first female to score in a major league conference football game. So I did that research today.
Delicious.
Yeah. No,
and she also scored by using a kick. Go ahead, Ben.
Nice.
No, the Kathy Ireland character is much more likely to actually be put on a college football team than the Sinbad character, which, like I said, is a professor. There's just no fucking way. That it just can't happen. It can't happen.
Yeah, go back to your books, Prof.
But the only problem I had with her character was that she needs someone in the balls, and that doesn't make sense because I don't know football, but I'm pretty sure that
In the nuts.
don't they wear protection?
Cups.
You kicked me in my nuts, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right in the family jewels.
Right in the
What
kind
family
of pain there
man.
is?
In the family jewel. Yeah.
But
That was Harley Kozak, who played the love interest, who was in one of the greatest shows of all time, Dream On. If anybody remembers Dream On.
Dream on,
And
yes.
Ben?
Awesome
Oh,
show.
Dream on.
Yeah, no, Dream On is actually how my psychology works.
I remember the Aerosmith song.
And
No,
my
it's
No, this is a TV comedy.
starring
Some
Brian
psychology
Ben.
and sex.
I have not seen the TV show, obviously.
The television show. If I don't know where to get it, Ben, you would be the person.
Well, I saw it when it originally aired on HBO.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
like 1990 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
different
it's
over in New York.
There's so many
it
TV
is-
shows.
It is.
There are a
and
lot of TV shows out. Have you seen Champion the Wonder Horse PvP?
I have not.
Well, you're missing out,
The
bro.
title alone sounds intriguingly good, though.
Exactly, and titles can be misleading. I mean, look at The Princess Bride. You thought that was a catalog.
Oh yeah, I avoided Princess Bride for years because I thought it would be some Disney, chick flick garbage, and it was great when I watched it.
It was great, Scotty. Did you hear that?
I love
Princess
Princess
Bride.
Bride.
Great.
Princess Bride is one of the great films of all time.
Oh, you started telling that to
And
Scotty.
so
after
you don't happen to
great.
have 6 fingers on your right hand, do you?
I do not. Well, Scotty's
No,
got a middle
there's one.
finger there.
The Digitus Impudus.
No, I don't like it. I don't. I think it's a boring movie.
It's a great movie. I don't see how you could be bored.
Oh.
It's an
got so many.
opinion. It's taste. There's no time travel in it. Let it go.
Well, that's
PvP.
true.
He's not going to like it.
That's true.
There's no
I don't mean
technical
to be
error.
rude.
In
No,
fact,
no.
it's been
I don't.
pointed out to me it shares the same structure with the worst film ever made, The Usual Suspects, but then no one's lying, so it's fine.
No, I don't.
But it
I
is
don't find-
actually.
I
There's
don't think
worse
Scotty's-
No, you first. I insist.
out there.
Scotty's not being rude. I just think Well,
Well,
I
yeah.
always enjoy having our disagreeable
Flippant, I'd
debate.
say. Cheeky.
Well, Scotty's always cheeky, but that's part
Always.
of the fun.
Probably cheeky R37 is what we call
I do
him.
enjoy the discussions I have with Scotty, and we often disagree, but that's cool because it's always it's always
No
good.
one minds that you're wrong, PvP.
I
My
don't
my
care
last
if I'm actually. I don't care if I'm wrong.
PvP ain't wrong.
my last note that I had for the movie was that I like the Gatorade product placement.
Nice catch.
But my favorite Gatorade product placement in a movie was Idiocracy.
Nice.
Wow,
Why?
that's detailed.
What?
Because
Why?
When you're paying
What-
attention to the product placement, I'm very impressed.
it has electrolytes.
Well, that's what plants
Yeah.
crave.
True.
Plants crave electrolytes. So
Well,
Can't
I guess we
argue.
do need them.
cannot argue. But
And that's my review of Necessary Roughness.
And that is fair enough. Good answer. Out of all of the football movies that I've ever seen, this is probably my second favorite.
And the most recent.
Well, yeah, also true.
It was certainly
It was the one that was in front of me.
I think it might be the only football movie I've ever seen.
Well, no, I've seen Any Given Sunday, and it's a great movie. It's really good.
God, I've had to see another one, but I can't think of it.
Watch
Well,
the
I
longest. Watch the longest yard from 1974, Joe, with Burt Reynolds.
No,
Well,
but
apparently it's really heavy at the end, yeah. I wouldn't
It's a
bother.
really
too
good
much-
film. I think you'd
it's
really.
got too
I think
much
But
you'd
people
prison.
die.
you'd enjoy it. It's mostly fun.
Mostly
it's got
fun.
too much prison, and there are no women in it.
I still think Joe would probably find it entertaining.
Well, even
Okay,
Because
if
thank you
Jill
for the
doesn't like
recommendation.
women.
Yeah, it's just a recommendation. Like nobody has to listen to
I'll
it.
fight you by the monkey bars. Like, it's not a Super Bowl party if people don't threaten to fight. All right.
Well, I'm Canadian, so I'm not really into the Super Bowl.
So am I, you beaver tail.
So am I.
Sick and tired of your Canuck shit.
Can we talk about hockey then?
Oh, I wish you wouldn't.
Or read the chat.
Or what the hell? What are we doing with the chat? Trip's been going off like a fire alarm.
You took the alarm.
That's a good one. Oh my God.
This is going to take a while, guys.
Here we go. Yeah, you're probably about 10 miles behind in the chat by now, Scotty.
Like 11. There it is.
11.
Yeah. I can't
Alright.
believe you love Necessary Roughness but hate Lord of the Rings.
And the
Okay.
Princess Bride.
Who
And
said
Donnie
that?
Darko.
Jill, do you
You.
want to take care of? Do you want to flip on the chat? Do you want to do the chat?
Oh,
thing?
sure. Where do you know where you left off?
No.
Yeah, go for it,
Way
Joe.
back.
Yeah, he's like 10
Well, no, you know where the star
some
million
million
is,
hours
right?
behind.
Yeah, okay. I see the star.
That's the only one that I know of.
Okay. So
I don't think I don't think I've done anything since then. So
Black
if you'd
Phillip
like to-
says Costner's been in a bunch of sports movies, but it's hard to top. Field of Dreams.
I'm saying Tin Cup is better than Field of Dreams.
I still can't forgive him for Robin Hood, Princess Thieves, bad accent.
Dude,
Yeah,
you're
I've heard
such a
that's bad.
racist. He's great in Prince of Thieves. Prince of Thieves is a good movie.
Hi, I'm Robin Hood. I'm from Lincolnshire.
When I said he's good in it, I was wrong. I'm sorry for saying that. Trip says, yeah, Field of Dreams is great. It is great, but it's not as good as Tin Cup.
Can somebody translate this one for me?
Phil says, A6 no extra point. like that Cowboys kicker who kept missing them.
Maybe they'll write to you.
That's all yeah.
Oh, and Black Phillip Alvarez also like Sandlot. That's best. It's a good
Nice.
movie.
I've never
I
seen
like-
it.
I like when they eat a bunch of tobacco and barf on the
Barf.
well on the carnival ride because that makes you dizzy.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
You had your kid eating nicotine.
That's good.
Eating nicotine? Delish. Trip says, I would dig football more if there were no helmets, no pads, and all of the players had some kind of blunt object as a weapon.
Like
You
rugby.
should-
Rollerball.
You should watch rugby. Rugby's like that.
I
They
think
have
that
no
was
your head's the
protection.
blunt
They have no
object,
protection
that is
at all, and
rugby.
they kick the hell out of each other. It's a brutal
You
game.
you know what? As a man who saw rugby for the first time on television,
It's insane.
it only took one time seeing it to realize that it wasn't as interesting as everyone else was telling me it was.
Well, it all
Well-
depends on the game. Some games are better than others, right?
Well, I guess.
I've seen baseball
Sure.
games that are total snooze fest, and I've seen games that are absolutely fantastic. When you got two really good teams going at it, and they're hitting a lot of home runs and stuff. Like it can be, it depends on the game. But rugby's
Okay.
brutal because they got no protection. Those guys, basically.
Sure. Edge of Time says 65% of all American fourth graders are illiterate. Let that sink in.
Not
So
surprising.
They should probably go join sports teams then.
Yeah, they're not going to use their brain cells there, so they could afford to lose some.
Lose the muscles.
sad.
Use the muscles.
Hey, Billy, you only got 2 brain cells anyway. Get out there and knock your head.
It's a
That's right.
sad thing. I don't know. What would you give to an illiterate child to
If that's
say
if
start
that's
reading?
a true statistic.
The
that's
vice
very sad.
presidency.
Actually, Mo Willems makes some really great children's books that were the first books that my kid read when he was 4 years old, and they have bubbles, so it's kind of like a mix between a children's book and a comic book. So word bubbles, And
So as a
Mo
mother,
Willems.
you've taught your child literacy.
Yeah. Well, no, my kids are really smart, and so he kind of just.
Well,
taught
but
himself how to
I'm
read.
sure
I
that
don't
has
know.
And
I
something
don't
to
know
do
how.
with your training. So I would like to congratulate you on being a good
I
parent.
feel like Scotty is leaning
Thank
towards the Chris Rock joke. I take care of my kids.
Yeah, what do you want, a cookie?
Yeah, you're supposed to take care of your kids.
Jill
Yeah.
sounds like a responsible parent. I'm sorry for pointing it out.
Oh, I am very sure she is.
Sometimes.
I
Yeah,
have
Jill's
no
pretty-
doubt in my
pretty
mind she's a good
responsible
mother.
overall, I'd say.
And other times you make them go down to the base of the mountain to gather your milk. The hell?
Actually, yeah,
Or
one of
shoot your-
them
or shoot your dog.
Yeah, I do let him go get milk from the corner store, but
Well,
I watch him while he's walking
black
through the street
pudding.
down
Oh.
the street.
Yeah, it's
Also-
good. It's good to get the kids working at an early age. Let them earn their keep.
Oh no, you know what?
That was a joke.
My
Guys,
dad
okay,
used to
Okay.
write a note. My dad used to write a note for me to go pick up his cigarettes at the local store. Like,
Awesome.
go get the milk from the
Good.
dairy and get me my cigarettes. I'm like, they're not going to sell me cigarettes. He's like, they know me. I'll just write a note. I'm like, all right, Dad.
Did that work?
It did. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
think
want-
I
Well,
like to
I
send my
didn't
son
want
out for coffee. So, no, if you've got a teenager, send them out for coffee. They'll do it. And goodness knows they need the fucking exercise.
The
What?
one time, there was one time my dad asked me to get cigarettes for him from the store. And he said, I'll write you a note. And I was like, this is the sketchiest thing I have ever been a party to. And I was like 8 or 9. I was like, I have to take a note to a guy that I don't know.
I was happy to do it because I've heard the stories about the father that goes out for cigarettes and never comes back. So
At least if he's sending out his son, the son never came back. My
Yeah,
dad
I
sent
wish
me out for cigarettes.
Well,
and I
that
never
would be
came back.
even worse.
I would have been
I-
the first of that, where they're like, our son went out for cigarettes for his father, and he never came back. Yeah.
I take it Scotty's father had very good handwriting, so they didn't realize it was like an 8-year-old.
No,
that
he
wrote it.
had the worst penmanship.
Well,
You'd
they,
be
they
shocked.
could have thought it was you that wrote that fake note then.
No. It was adult bad penmanship. It wasn't childish scrawl.
Okay.
What did the note say? My dad definitely needs these cigarettes. They're not for me.
I'm pretty sure the note said, "Fuck you, smokes now."
So you have seen Trailer Park Boys?
No, I have not.
Oh,
Okay.
you've seen Trailer Park Boys, Jill?
Seen
Yeah,
it,
I
I've
have.
lived it.
And
Oh, what did
Rick
you,
will say
what did,
that.
what
To
did you
Corey-
think of them?
to Corey and Trevor.
So what did you
smokes.
think of them?
Smokes now, Corey and Trevor.
Did you
Well,
enjoy
no, it's
Trailer
great.
Park
It's
Boys?
hilarious.
It's
It's a lot of
crazy
fun.
fun, isn't
Well,
it?
I mean, I don't want to talk about it. if
No,
somebody
but
wants
I
to
just
talk about
thought,
it. I don't really have.
I
any-
never knew, I
Why?
never
Are
realized
you
you'd seen
embarrassed?
that show.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a really great
It's a
show.
fun show. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's fun.
Wonderful.
Oh, so who
Yeah, it
is the
is.
young lady who was related to Mr. Leahy? There's
Oh.
a
On
young
the
girl.
show?
Ellen Page.
Well, are we allowed to say that? Did I just get demonetized? You bitch.
Sorry.
Yeah, you said Ellen Page. Why did
well,
you say that?
Well, it was
Now
only
you got
fine.
me saying it.
The name is Eli Page. Come on, get it right.
Well,
But it
Eli.
depends on then when they did roles when they were Ellen Page, then they would be called Ellen Page.
yes.
So it's temporally.
I
accurate,
liked
so
her
you're fine.
as Leahy's daughter.
No, I'm gay for Elliot Page, just for the record.
okay.
I think he's gonna be a great Robin.
Oh God.
Oh
That's
God.
actually some good casting because you couldn't really tell. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I wouldn't put it past him to make him the next Superman.
No, too small. He's too small.
Exactly.
Well, then I don't see why you wouldn't put it past them. They would never make him Superman.
See,
No,
it's weird.
Yeah,
It's
Superman
weird
doesn't need to
that
be
the
big and
first,
strong. He gets his power from the sun.
the first cyborg was Canadian, and his name was Terry Fox. And then the first transgender, who is commonly accepted, is Elliot Page, also a Canadian. So I'm just saying, in terms of transhumanism, Canada is leading all. You're welcome.
Do I hear crickets?
So anyway, Necessary Roughness came out in
Moving on.
1992. and,
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that frightening?
No, not particularly, but it was interesting.
If the answers scare you, then you shouldn't ask the questions.
Also, if I don't like it, I'll probably take it out of the. This is
Well-
the channel that I get to play on, so I can edit out anything that makes me look like a dick.
You can have a very short show.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes long. Eh?
luckily for you, Scotty, this is not
You like
live.
the YouTube shorts, huh, Scotty?
Yeah,
It's
can't
one of
wait
those
until we go
1 minute
live.
things, right? Seriously,
cheers,
though,
gentlemen and ladies.
can we talk about sports films for a couple more minutes? Because I got a
No.
couple I'd like to
Sure.
mention.
Just a couple more.
One film I think that gets overlooked as far as sports films goes, because it's quite vintage from 1942, is The Pride of the Yankees with Gary Cooper playing Lou Gehrig.
Yeah, some people call that one of the best edited movies ever.
It's a fantastic film.
Yeah, it is.
It's really good. Like Gary Cooper, well, Gary Cooper is a great actor, but he must have put a lot of research into that film, playing Lou Gehrig, because it's just so good. And the speech that he gives at the end of the film, I guess, is basically based on the actual real life speech that Lou Gehrig gave, in his last game playing for the Yankees, before he went off and basically died from Lou Gehrig's disease. And it's an incredible film. It's very entertaining. You think baseball, I think this could be a boring as hell film, but it's really, really good. So that's one I think everybody should watch at least once.
Well, and also, yeah, for like a hero of the disease.
Yeah, I
It's
mean the
named
disease is
after him.
named after him. Yeah, and yeah, it's just a really heart touching, film. It's really good.
What
I
is your
agree.
favorite? What is your favorite like action movie from black and white?
Oh, that I'd have to think about that for a while.
Okay, take your time. Anyway, mine is Faster Pussycat Kill Kill.
Well,
It
that's a
is
good one.
it is free on YouTube. You can totally watch the entire thing. All you have to do is punch into your YouTube Faster Pussycat Kill Kill. And it's an amazing movie. It's really, really good. It's not a sports movie.
Definitely not.
I'm
Favorite
sorry
black
about
and
that.
white action movie. Black and white action movie. Schindler's List.
You
Mm,
know
I
what?
wouldn't
Sin
call it
City,
an action
Sin
movie.
Sin City. There you go.
Sin City was okay. I didn't mind it. I think the comic was probably better though.
Yes. Like even after having watched it, I have to go back and find out what I said publicly about
everything.
yeah, well, I don't have that much time. No, just in terms of Sin City, and I'm like, I don't know. Like watching it again, I liked it for the craftsmanship of it. But I don't know. Where is it? Where is it? Is it a revisitation? Do I go back to Sin City often? No. I probably go back
No.
to Watchmen more. And so I don't know.
Sin City was fun. I saw it recently because of your and Kat's reviews.
Yeah, and so did I, but it always seems to drag.
Yeah,
I'll just pop on Scanner Darkly.
The
it
second
was
one
just
kinda does to
oh,
me.
sorry, go ahead.
The second one kind of drags to me.
Yes, the second one I don't
never
really
saw
like.
the second one. Never saw it.
But the first one's just like a cheesy mystery novel. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I think the second one probably would have done better if they got it out. Like if they didn't wait for 9 years, just people didn't care anymore because he just waited too long.
Well, also the writing is a lot better in the first one.
Yeah, that's true. But what I mean is that if he got it out earlier, even with the same script, I think some people would have been more forgiving because people were hungrier for a sequel within months of the first one coming out. Another one, and everybody said it was bad, and so nobody went to see it.
I saw it in the
keep him
theater.
waiting.
I did too. Saw it opening night.
I can think of one that could be considered an action film in black and white that I think is an amazing film. Is Akira Kurosawa's film from the 50s, Seven Samurai.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Good
That
choice,
is an
PvP.
incredible film. I've watched it, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 times over the years, and it is absolutely incredible.
Hey,
Apparently, it's a
PvP.
complete rip-off of the Magnificent Seven. Like, get some
Well, actually,
ideas,
it's the
Kurosawa.
opposite, actually, but
I know
PvP.
that was basic sarcasm, PvP.
I know it was, and I appreciate it very much.
Oh, good. So
PvP.
do I. I appreciate you.
You brought up
Thank you.
Akira Kurosawa, and so I just realized that all of my recreational botanicals are over there. So can you hold the bridge
Sure.
while I
That's a
go?
segue. Are they
Oh,
over there like
very
a hidden
happy to.
fortress?
Very
And
happy
then
to.
I'm gonna be like 15 to 20 seconds. So you can't make
That's a 33%
Well,
margin
that
of
should
error.
be
I don't know if Jill's going to be happy about that.
that
Sorry,
should be
33.3%.
yeah, that
I
should
think
be
narrow
it'll
it
be
down.
fine.
I'll be back in a second.
That's a huge margin of error, Jill. I don't know how you let that go. 15
I'm
or
mark-
20 seconds? What the fuck?
Yeah, well, what's 5 seconds to?
Well, it's 33% of the total. I mean, that's huge. That's just it's like this car's
Well,
going to cost me 10 grand, 15 grand.
It's half of 10 seconds.
Absolute relative. You're not wrong there.
Maybe he's
That's-
compensating for a certain mistake that he might make. But if
Compensating
he
now,
doesn't
Captain.
make the mistake, then
Ironically, I'm going 17.5 for Scotty there.
Yeah,
It was
Kurosawa's
way less.
he made a lot of great films. Seven Samurai is 1954. I believe it won Best Foreign Film at the Academy Awards that year, possibly. But another one I recommend is The Hidden Fortress from 1958, which a lot of people do credit with, at least partially
He
inspiring George
copied Star
Lucas's
Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah, there
Come on,
definitely are
Kurosawa,
scenes in
get
it.
some of your own ideas.
Other good ones are 61's Yojimbo and 62's Sanjuro, which was basically a sequel to that film. Those are those are good action films in black and white too, I'd say. They're very, very good films.
I like Akira Kurosawa films because they are movies that don't require language or dialogue or exposition.
Well, I enjoy watching them in subtitles with the original Japanese. I think that's the most enjoyable for me.
I can see what's going on. It is like Akira Kurosawa is the definition of show don't tell.
He's very visual.
Yeah,
He's very Western in his directing style, which I think I've read over the years that he actually wasn't very popular in his native Japan because of that.
Yeah, they didn't like him because he was like mocking Japanese culture a lot with his films as well. Like Seven Samurai is a whole indictment on samurai,
Yeah, I could see it as a criticism. Yeah, he definitely. Well, he was one of those great filmmakers that I think he really kind of touched on the human condition and how it really is imperfect and there are flaws. And
Yeah.
I think he was kind of showing that in the society at the time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But I think Kurosawa is one of those. Well, he's like Kubrick, right? He's one of those great directors. If you haven't checked out his films and watched them, your knowledge of film is really not quite there.
Yeah.
Well, but you also and if you haven't paid attention to Kubrick or Hitchcock or
Hitchcock's
Kurosawa,
great too.
If you haven't paid attention to them and you're looking for good movies now, then go check those guys out.
Well,
I know they're old, but they're good.
Yeah, that's the thing. Just because they're old doesn't mean they're not great, right? And there's a lot of great films there to discover. That's one thing that makes me sad, when younger folks aren't giving these films a chance, maybe because they don't like black and white, or maybe just because they think anything, made more than 30 years ago.
That's where I have to fight with you. That's where I have to fight with you, is because you are assuming that they don't want to watch it. And my anticipation.
No. I'm just saying I think some folks don't. I'm not assuming all do.
Well, no, but my argument is if you don't want to watch it, I will argue you watching it when it comes to those older flicks.
Mm-hmm.
Like Casablanca.
Great film.
Like Casablanca. If it wasn't for Scotty, I wouldn't have seen it still.
Casablanca is a classic. I think I've probably seen it 5 or 6 times, and the weird thing about a film like Casablanca, you think it's kind of a slow-paced film in a lot of ways. It's basically a character study, with the story as kind of an underpinning, but it's one of those films that's just so damn well written, and the cast is just so damn fine that you can watch it over and over again, and it's always entertaining.
That's how I feel about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that final scene at the airport, when he's like, gives a little speech, we'll always have Paris and all that stuff. And she gets on the plane and flies off. It's like, damn. Every time that scene breaks me up, it's so good.
I am a big fan.
It is a great film.
Yeah, to this day, I hate airport drop-offs.
Humphrey Bogart was a great actor, though. Another great black and white film is Treasure of Sierra Madre. That's a great one.
Oh, that's great. I got to see that in the theater last September.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, the Tower. That was fun. That was almost a sold-out crowd.
Well, yeah. I'm glad to hear that, because it's a film that deserves a sold-out crowd.
Yeah.
It's an incredible film.
It is.
I could have written this comment by Black Phillip Alvarez. Same here. I saw Casablanca for the first time last year, and that's because of Scotty.
Well, and so everyone who has seen Casablanca, because I said that it was okay, what did you think? Was it worth watching?
When did
It's worth rewatching.
Yes, I think this will be the start of a beautiful friendship.
Did you have a Casablanca show last year, Scott?
I don't think so. Maybe I might have. I don't know. You know, I don't remember things. But yeah, no, it's if I were to have my own druthers, I would do a Casablanca Valentine's Day stream. But I'm preoccupied.
That would be a good choice for Valentine's Day, actually, though, because it is kind of
Well,
basically
We
Like
have
love
a
card.
better
story.
one. We have a better choice. Cat,
Blade Runner.
what's the better choice?
The better choice for what? For Valentine's Day?
Yep.
We are doing Sub-Zero and Heart of Ice for Capes, Cows, and Crusaders.
Yeah.
That's also a love story. That makes sense.
It is. And it's also unrequited. It is about the distance between two hearts.
Yeah.
So I'm, tragic love stories. That's my jam.
And
Yeah,
in
well,
movies too.
Tragic love stories can be very entertaining.
Yeah.
Living them isn't.
No.
Sometimes
Whatever.
it's funny afterwards.
At least when you're watching someone else who is more attractive than you, being jilted by love, it's like, well, at least that happened to him.
Yeah. Yeah, even beautiful people can get jilted, I guess, once in a while.
But yeah, so no, I am very well, and that's the thing when it comes to Mr. Freeze, is that he is hoping for a reconciliation with Nora. That's all he wants. That's his entire life's work.
Well,
And he's been made a freak because of it.
but he doesn't seem to think that he's going to be able to be with her because he doesn't really believe that he's going to be able to cure his own condition either. He just wants to bring her back.
I cannot wait for the psychoanalysis that happens on Valentine's Day. Anyway, I would like to say that just to put a pin in the whole necessary roughness, if you like football, you should watch this movie. It's really, really good. If you like Scott Bakula, you should watch this movie. It's really, really good. If you're familiar with Robert Loggia, you should watch this movie. It's really, really good.
Didn't he play a vampire at some point in his career?
Robert Loggia?
Yeah. Maybe I'm
Not
thinking of
that I
another guy
know
with that
of.
last name.
How
I
many
always
guys
thought Scott
Loggia?
Bakula should play Count Dracula because it would look good on the poster.
When it comes to Scott Bakula movies, I still haven't seen Lord of Illusions, and I'm looking forward to that. But I don't think that Robert Loggia was ever a vampire.
I could be thinking of another actor with a similar name, but
Maybe.
seems I remember that name as something to do with vampires. I don't know.
You sound like an old crotchety man in a rocking chair.
Get
With a
off my
blanket
lawn.
over your knees. I don't
Get off my
remember,
fucking
but
lawn.
there was this one vampire that I remember from many years ago.
Well, he
I
has had a
apologize.
long career, so you never know, right?
True. That is very true. I think that we've wasted enough people's minutes.
I know. Okay, I was looking up Robert Loggia. I know he was in a vampire movie called Innocent Blood. I don't know. I don't know if he played a vampire in it. The description of the movie says a modern-day vampire tale about a beautiful vampire who only dines on bad guys and an undercover cop who's infiltrated a vicious mafia family.
That sounds interesting.
Oh, I don't even know why I tried. You're an expert at this, Cat.
He's the fourth.
Bastard.
He is the fourth name on the cast list. I don't know if that means he's not closer to being the main character. But that's the only thing I've seen so far in his resume. But that's all the way back in 1992, and I'm looking chronologically from the most recent backwards. So unless it's older,
Well, Kat, are you a David Lynch fan?
yeah, up to a point, sure.
Lost Highway.
And Lost Highway. Robert Loggia was in it.
Yeah, he was creepy in it.
Yeah. Yes. Not as creepy as, oh, what was that guy's name? You know, the one who killed his wife. Not William Shatner. The other one.
Robert Blake.
That's him.
William
I got
Shatner.
I got a jet, Scotty, but thanks for sending the link, man. And this was fun. Nice talking to you all, and talk to you guys soon.
Cheers.
Yeah, nice to
Cheers.
talk to you, Cinema.
See him.
Same here.
All right.
Cheers. And also, everyone should probably head over to Cinema Gulp and subscribe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, good idea.
There are
We should do that.
ages and hours of content to listen to and enjoy.
And he puts so
My
much work into it. He
Yeah.
does production and filming and everything.
All the editing, and yeah. So
And there's an upcoming 40 Town special, I think, tomorrow.
I've heard of it.
Hmm.
You know what? I don't like that one guy.
Basil?
Yes. It's so funny. It's so funny. Anyway, I adore Ben from Cinema Gulp, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you for putting up with this not review of Necessary Roughness.
Well,
Oh.
I gave you all my notes. That's all I can do.
You told me to go watch all the trailers that aired during the Super Bowl before the show.
Well, what do you got?
I did. It's like, okay, Fast 10.
What
No.
happens? Who's in it?
Jason
Who's in
Momoa.
Fast 10?
Jason Momoa is the latest, I guess, antagonist. It seems.
All right.
And
Does
then
he have long hair? Is he like?
it's not. It's sort of yeah. Except Jason Momoa being Jason Momoa, and then let's see what else was there. There was a 30-second trailer for Indiana Jones, which looked too CG to me. I was like, I don't know. But I trust.
I'm still looking forward to that film.
Jedi Bill.
What else
Hi,
was there?
Jedi Bill. Was there
Is
more?
Jedi here?
It would
Hey,
seem
Jedi
so.
Bill.
Oh, that was someone using his
Guardians
chat.
3.
Guardians 3. Woo!
I think the first. I like the
Yes.
first trailer better than the new trailer, but so there's that, and then there's the Air Jordan trailer.
I do kind of have a problem with the Guardians trailer. It feels like they're making it an epilogue rather than let's continue these, adventures.
Yeah, and then the Flash was a cool trailer, but I was mostly just excited for Keaton's Batman.
Yeah,
And
I
they
saw,
dropped hints about.
I saw the trailer for that, and Keaton looked really good still. Like, I was kind of impressed. Like, it was like,
Yeah,
wow.
I would love to see them drop hints as to what he's been up to, what other bad guys he's been fighting for the last 30 years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the film would be any good, but just seeing Keaton again in the bat suit was kind of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
And he
I
actually
didn't.
delivered that famous line too, which I won't spoil, but I think you guys
You wanna get
probably know
nuts?
what I mean. You probably know what I mean.
Spoil. He says he's Batman.
It's great. Yeah.
He
and he
said
says it's so
what?
good.
Okay. So there's a moment where Michael Keaton is wearing the costume of Batman, and he says to the alleged assaulter who really threatened many people, possibly kidnapped others. He says, "Yeah, I'm Batman." And he's got a smirk.
Expectations subverted.
It's hilariously funny though when he says it.
Oh! Do you forgive Ezra Miller?
No.
That's my question. When I watch that trailer, my question is, do you forgive Ezra Miller?
No, that's a boycott for Warner Brothers for 10 years. Sorry.
I don't really care. I mean, it's pretty clear to me that he has no future as the Flash. So
Yeah, I was not impressed by the Flash in that trailer, I gotta admit.
No, but at least he's being punished for his crimes.
well, that's what I mean. I mean that he
I
doesn't.
don't.
And that they're not gonna bring him back. I mean, they're not gonna officially say it until long after the movie's finished its run. But there's no way they're bringing him back for more movies.
Yeah, I got a
But I
feeling though,
I
just
don't
having him in the
see it
film's
as
not
such.
gonna help it.
He
Oh
is
yeah, they're not
not.
gonna put. I think it would be come as no surprise if future trailers and TV spots are oriented more around Batman than they are around him.
Yeah, I would agree.
He's not being punished for his crimes. He's being escorted away. He is golden parachute. There is something about it. Like he's not coming back. It looks like an engaging performance. Like I wish that he wasn't a crazy man or them.
Oh, I thought he was going to jail. I guess he's not. That's
Well,
crazy.
I don't know, but
I
it's
don't know. I've
weird
never
to
really
see.
paid that close
It's
of
weird
attention.
to
I
see
just-
O.J. Simpson
Well, the thing-
dropping a Nordberg movie in the middle of crimes.
Well, there was a that was just I can't remember if he got jail time or not, or it was time served. But that was only one of the cases. That there might be more. So
Yeah, I heard he was
Yeah,
still in
probably
kind of
are.
deep doo-doo.
It weirds me out, and I'm confused by the fact that it is sort of being allowed. Like, I don't want to be the person who is a moral arbiter, but
Right there. That's what the justice system is for.
Yeah,
Right.
we shouldn't have to be. The trouble is the crazy world we're living in. There's a lot of sort of moral arbiters here on YouTube. I could mention a few channels, which I don't think I really need to mention because we probably
oh
know
no,
it.
tell them.
Well, like DVD, for instance. You know,
DVD? I don't
Yeah.
know that guy.
Critical Drinker is another one. You know, they're always talking about, how a lot of modern day entertainment is less than moral by their standards.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it is an issue with a lot of channels on here.
Well, and how do you feel about that? I don't.
Oh, you know what makes me really sad, Scotty? I
Last 10 minutes
actually
rolled yellow.
I watched Robert Meyer Burnett's stream. I guess it was on maybe a week, 10 days ago, where he, sort of had a comeback to Doomcock's, talking about season 3 of Picard.
Mhm.
And accusing him of being a shill and all that stuff. And then he actually showed during the stream some of the tweets that Overlord had
Wait a
put
minute. He
out.
didn't accuse Doomcock didn't accuse R&B of being a show.
Well,
Right. Yeah.
I don't think he
It's-
directly
No, he
accused him, but I think he might have kind of implied it, Jill. I don't think
I
I'm
thought you
being
were talking
unfair
about
there.
Scotty.
Basically, he didn't mention him by
That's
name.
if I may exert my power as a phantasmagoriumite, I believe that I don't know. I was gonna be like, don't ask Jill about Doomcock, is essentially what I was gonna say.
No, I wasn't trying to directly engage Jill because I mean, we can all have our opinions, right? But when Robert Meyer Burnett showed some of the tweets that Doomcock had posted, basically, from what I can remember, calling anybody that even watches season 3 of Picard, a cuck or a shill or some rather nasty terms in the tweets. I was
That's what
disappointed, just like Robert, was like. It's like
Well, to be fair,
Doomcock
Robert
was
called
above that,
Doomcock
really.
a hipster for having a different opinion about
Well,
Deckard.
no,
so
I think
Robert's the first person to go
this-
name calling.
This is my point. I think both sides have been name calling and saying some unfortunate things against each other, and I am finding it quite disappointing because
He called me a hipster too.
Well, yeah, I know.
but
But
okay.
I'm
Almost fell off
disappointed.
my
I
penny
just want to
farthing
say
bicycle and smashed my 12-inch
Gentlemen.
I'm
concrete board on Blue
disappointed
Monday.
because I think this is dividing the online community here, and
Gentlemen,
it makes me sad.
ladies and
It
gentlemen,
makes me sad because I think all these people are basically good people.
PvP. May
but
I
they're
offer
just-
you an alternative?
They're having I wish they wouldn't get nasty when they disagree.
Well, and here's the best part. Jill and I, we disagree. We have opposing opinions. We discuss things, and she says I'm dumb, and I say that she's wrong.
Well, you
And-
say that to me too, which I totally don't mind.
And so we're
Because
going
I
to be...
can be dumb. I mean, we can all be dumb at times, right?
Yeah.
I'd rather be happy than right.
Jill and
Oh.
I are going to be talking about Star Trek Patrick Stewart season 3 this Thursday.
Awesome.
And we're going to be talking about it. And we're going to be, what do you like about this? What do you not? and
I'll
it's
try and
going to
tune
be
in for that.
fun. I hope it's going to be fun.
I hope it's fun.
Like
I think it'll be
that's the
entertaining.
biggest. It's the biggest thing that I've been worried about because and I've told Jill this several times.
Well, you
and
should
I'm like,
worry because I'm going to be honest.
I know, but I've told you several times. I'm like, I feel like I'm roping you into something you're gonna hate.
That's why I'm really looking forward to that stream because I know
And-
you guys are going to provide a very entertaining discussion.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Well, it's
And I
already
look-
set in
I
the
look
incorrect
forward-
universe.
I look forward to you both being extremely honest with your opinions because that's what I'm expecting.
well,
Picard is a
you'll
replicant.
Because
You
that's
will
what I've
all
come to
be-
expect from you, both of you.
Yes,
You'll
There's
Picard
no
is a
Picard in
replicant.
Picard. Yeah, he's
you'll
a
be
skin job.
happy
He's
to
a
know
toaster.
that Jill and I have a border dividing us. Otherwise, we would probably murder.
Yeah, well, you know what? This series, whether it's good or not, it's still made by Secret Hideout, and whether it's good or not, it could potentially support more of terrible Star Trek. But
It's a threat.
it is,
Mhm.
and yeah, like PvP was saying, there are some people who might make me feel a little guilty even talking about it, because could that be support talking about it? Yeah, I guess.
No.
Be
I
metrics for it.
I got the Buckethead Zoidberg fan.
But the thing of it
he
is,
said that reviewers are allowed to watch it.
yeah.
Who said that?
Bucket
No, okay.
Zoidberg.
Buckethead Zoidberg.
That makes no sense, Scotty.
No, it makes
know
a
what you're
little
saying.
bit of sense.
Not really.
Little bit
You're
of sense.
merging the characters together.
Yeah, I know, but I'm being disrespectful, which makes it.
Yeah, you are.
Well, anybody's allowed to watch. Who's Bucket? What the hell are you talking about?
Nothing. Nobody.
I can't stand most of these commentators you've been talking about. It just
I was making a bad reference to Doomcock, and it was
It was
disrespectful
terrible,
on
and it made-
purpose.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it
what
was-
you meant by Buckethead. Oh my.
that's fairly accurate though. And you're saying if he doesn't put his
The
face,
Zoidberg thing. Oh yeah, Harvey can.
Well, the thing
Well,
is that I have
Scotty.
certain expectations from real Star Trek, and I want to go into it looking at it as if this didn't have the Star Trek label on it, would it be good science fiction? And I will look at it that from that angle, but I can't ignore the Star Trek part because they put that label on it, and so I will also be looking at it from that angle too.
Yeah, well,
Well,
my
and-
whole thing is I'm glad you guys are going to watch it so I don't have to, because on principle, considering what they've done with Picard, STD, all the other, to my mind, fake Trek shows, it's just like they've done so much damage to the franchise that I just, on principle, cannot watch anything. Even if it was great, I just cannot give them my support. So I'm
Well-
glad you guys will be reviewing it, so that I will
Right.
have some information as to if it is
Here's where
good or if it's garbage.
if I may, and I will. So here we go. Yeah, I don't understand a Star Trek fan not being optimistic for the future, because I think that the cornerstone of Star Trek is being optimistic for the future.
And so that's how I'm going to be judging this.
I'd be
show.
optimistic
Is
if
this
it wasn't,
show
if it wasn't being
optimistic?
produced by the same people that produced the previous
Does
season.
it present a humanity that I want to become someday? And if it does
Jill.
that, then I'll be happy. I'll be pretty happy.
Jill, PvP. Okay. Captain,
Hello. How are you?
Star Trek with Captain Kirk took place in the
Mm-mm-mm.
23rd century. It moved forward. It dealt with incredible antagonists, from V'ger to the whale probe to the Klingon aggressions. And then you have the introduction of the Borg and the escalation of the militarization of Starfleet. And then you have the Dominion War, which, oh my stars,
Exceptional
There's a-
stuff.
like-
Exceptional Star Trek.
exceptional Star Trek, but it's also its world building. It's something that is more than just the philosophy of what these people are doing, but also what they are contending with
But the
in their
philosophy
own
was important
time.
too.
The philosophy still stands, but there is an understanding. Like, even I don't like to. Well, no, I do. I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite things. It is easy to be a saint in paradise, but when you're out here, it's
And
hard.
well, that's directly from Deep Space Nine. And in Deep Space Nine, even when they had to do things that they didn't, they talked about that fact that it wasn't the preferred method of what they should be doing, and so they did at least call it out when it happened.
Jill, can I interrupt you for just one moment?
Kurtzman Trek
I-
completely ignores it.
Yeah, no, and you know what Kurtzman didn't do is he didn't get me 2 more beers. I have 2 more beers, and I just found them.
Wow, what a jerk! He didn't get you beer.
Well,
Go
no,
for it,
but
Scotty.
I found my own. I found my own beer, and so I'm
I
just
just
like,
cracked a cold one
yay! There's
myself,
more
so
beer.
more beer
It's
is
Super
usually good.
Bowl Sunday, necessary roughness. Let's have
Hey.
some PB.
Well, there's an excuse of any reason to have another beer.
You're not my real mom.
I wouldn't want to be your real mom.
Oh, come on.
She probably had a difficult time raising you, Scotty.
You know, thing is that you're probably
That's a joke.
taller.
That's a joke.
Less
You're
of your
taller
cheek,
than
young
my
man.
mom.
You don't know how tall I am.
If you're shorter than my mom,
I could be a midget for all you know.
that's not exactly.
But on
politically
YouTube, you're a
correct.
giant PvP.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you, Captain. I never thought I'd hear you say something that kind to anybody.
I know it slipped out before I put in the self-editor.
And a woo-haw yeehaw on our Necessary Roughness show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I'm Robert Loggia, and
Are you like in a
I'm
hurry
Robert
to drop
Martinet.
here, Scott?
I'm sorry?
Are you like in a hurry to end this or something?
No, not at all, actually. I got more
Yeah, I'm confused.
comfortable
He's getting a beer.
recently.
He's ending the show. He's starting.
I
a new
just
segment.
found more beer.
Yeah, drink some more beer, Scotty. I'm with you, man.
Shut up. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I thought
Well,
we were supposed
exactly.
to.
That's why I got some beer here, man.
The Fantasmagorium Show has been brought to you by beer.
Beer.
Why, Kat? Did you have anywhere to go?
No, I just noticed that it seems like you've been trying to end the show like you had somewhere to go.
You're right, Kat. He's ended the show about 3 times.
I know, but
You're doing you're doing the Burnett goodbye is what you're doing.
No, but I enjoy.
Burnett goodbye. That's a good one. It's like I'm
very
going to end
good.
the show now, and then an hour later, Burnett's still going. Right?
No, Doomcock does that too. He says, "I'm getting ready to
love
go," and then he starts singing.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Actually, it happens. I try to go, and then the chat starts typing. Stop typing, chat. Stop being interesting.
I would like to say that I was being clever, but I wasn't.
I just wanted to add a bit to what Jill and Scotty were talking about, though, with Trek. The thing is with Trek is like, the original series was, pretty much Roddenberry's vision. And then with Next Generation and the future series, it kind of got away from that as other people kind of took over as showrunners because, obviously Gene's health was failing and, he passed away. But still, up until Enterprise, there was still some, even if tenuous, connection to the original
Yes,
vision.
exactly. Like even when things got rough and they were deep into the Dominion War, or there's something going on, they still remembered what Starfleet was supposed to be.
Yeah, they were still true to the spirit, if not maybe the letter of Star Trek. Because let's face it, Deep Space Nine. Well, as you popped in on Saturday, Jill. I remember giving a super chat because
I didn't watch any of it.
No. But you did pop in for a minute, which was nice. But I did watch the episodes. I did watch the episodes yesterday and gave my reviews like a lot of folks, and it's like, when it was up and down again, right? There were a couple of great ones and a really bad one, and that's the thing. Deep Space Nine was kind of that roller coaster ride of it could be great some weeks and total crap other weeks. And but still, even as worst episodes, there was still a little bit of the Gene Roddenberry spirit in there somewhere,
Hashtag Keiko Pegs.
Oh, Keiko. Oh, wow.
That is a fan theory by ScottyR37
Keiko.
about why Keiko O'Brien and Miles have a good marriage.
If I
according
could-
to
You know
him.
what? And I would like to.
Makes
you
sense
know,
to me as
This
far
is the
as
first
headcanon
time.
goes.
This is the first time I've ever actually been able to address it on the Fantasmagorium Show. I think
The Keiko
And-
Pegs hashtag.
the Keiko Pegs hashtag. I
Excellent. I've been trying
firmly
to cover it on my
believe.
show for weeks.
I firmly believe in the hashtag Keiko Pegs because I think that Keiko and Miles have an incredible emotional and physical relationship that is so satisfying for the both of them that even their foibles are irrelevant because everything else fits perfectly. And they are parents. And they I think that anybody who says a bad thing about Keiko O'Brien or Keiko Ishikawa
She's
is
unsupportive, largely.
she is supportive.
No, she's not.
No, she's
always-
not.
Why?
From behind.
Explain this to me. Explain this to me.
Did you watch the episodes this week, Scotty?
Explain this to me.
No, she comes back. Like, I get that she has to be a botanist and go to Bajor. I'm not mad at her exactly about that. But when she comes back after a long trip, and Keiko, Miles just wants to spend a little time with her. She's just like, "Fuck off! I'm working right now," and it's the middle of the night. It's like the evening. It's not even normal work hours. And then this rubs off on her daughter. And when Miles decides he wants to color
her daughter
with her
seems
daughter,
to hate Miles.
when he wants to color with Molly, and Molly's like, "No, I'm
Molly's
coloring."
like, go away.
So I'm not mad at Molly, obviously, but
No,
but
Molly's
she's
cute.
learning from Keiko to be dismissive of her husband.
You know what disturbed me? The episode I
wonderful.
watched this week.
Okay, all right.
One of the first ones in season 5 was the one where Kira had moved in with them, right, Jill? And it's like Keiko's going, "Oh, well, you and Jill should go away together to Ireland for like 3 weeks," and it's like, what the f?
I didn't watch that episode yet.
So
Oh,
is
you
this,
should rewatch it because I was like,
That's
I was
awful.
like shocked. I mean,
is
it's
this
basically
why?
Keiko
No,
should
wait,
just like tell him to
PvP.
bugger off
Wait.
permanently because she's telling
Bugger.
basically he's giving her foot massages and body rubs, to Kira,
I
A
would
right?
foot massage.
love.
Oh yeah, it's like
Oh, well, that's something.
everybody
Foot
that
massage.
reviewed it basically said that episode was extremely.
You ever give a
creepy.
foot massage PvP?
And
I've got my
cringe.
technique down and everything. I don't be tickling or nothing.
Hey, I wouldn't mind a foot massage from the right lady, but this episode was not about
Is that going to happen this week?
Probably not.
No, I'm not gonna.
Anyway, it was everybody in the chat, on Saturday Night Track basically said this was a very creepy plot line, and it's like, oh god, it was like Keiko's basically pushing him away to another woman, in that episode. So I rest my case.
Well, your case is rested.
Resting is good.
I just recently watched, and I don't know if I've had an opportunity to talk to everyone about it. I just watched Shin Ultraman, and it was really, really good.
Oh, is that the Japanese TV series?
Well, yeah, but they made a new movie adaptation kind of thing.
Really? Just recently?
Yeah.
That show's like 40 years old, isn't it?
Yeah, they made a new one. And it was really good. It was really good. And I'm not a fan of it. I've never really watched the original, but it was a great introduction, and it makes me curious about the original.
Yeah, I've never seen the original
or
either.
live action or whatever the shit it is.
Yeah, I've seen clips of it, from years ago, but it looked kind of entertaining for sure.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to see that, hopefully. Have you ever seen Shin Godzilla?
No.
You should totally see Shin Godzilla.
That's the animated series?
No, it's an actual live action Godzilla
really?
movie,
Oh,
but
God.
it's taken from the perspective of the organizations that would be like, what the hell is this? And it progresses throughout the movie, and it turns out, you know what it is. It's Godzilla.
Never heard of that.
Shin Godzilla, you should totally check it out.
Yeah, well, I'll have to put it on my list. Only trouble is it probably got 100 things on it. Oh, there it is.
That's nothing. I have like 500 things on my list. Movies
Well,
and TV
you're
shows.
younger than me, Jill, so it kind of equals out, you know.
Yeah, but I spent a lot of my youth doing other things
Oh,
besides watching
BRB.
TV and movies.
Yeah, me
so I'm
too.
really
I
behind.
wasted so much of my youth. I
I
regret
wasted
it now.
so much of my time becoming a computer scientist.
that's not a
Anti-derivative
waste of
Jill
time.
was a bass player for a punk band
That's not a
that
waste of time.
toured Japan in 2002. They won 2 gold medals in bass playing, and they were called Anti-Derivative
Wait a
Jill
minute.
and the Pussycats.
I already ride a motorcycle and I have a jetpack with nunchucks, and I'm a land mogul, but now I'm also a bass player
Yeah,
in a punk rock
Awesome.
band.
I want
My
to see.
lord,
I want to
it's-
see
you
this
won 2
movie.
gold medals. Don't you remember?
Okay, I want to see Jill with the jetpack and the nunchucks, you know, beating bad
We
guys.
all
I want
do,
to see
but
that
she's
movie.
not a monkey. She's not going to just perform for you.
Well,
she
I
has
didn't
to
say
have a
she
reason.
was. I just said if that was, you know, a fantasy film I could see, that would be awesome.
Okay, reel it in.
I always
Please.
reel it in. No, I was just saying that would be a fun.
Jill,
film.
do you wear a cape?
I don't know. You're the lore builder here. I have no idea what I am anymore.
No, you get to
God.
choose your own costume.
Oh, okay.
Like, why
I don't
would
know. I think a cape would be a bad idea with the
All right.
jetpack. It could get caught in the machinery. So
Yeah,
Nice.
if you had nunchucks too, a cape could get in the way, right?
Nunchucks. Oh my god.
Nunchucks or nunchucks?
Yeah, that's what I was.
Well, okay.
If you hit yourself
You're
with your
being
nunchucks, you end
so
up with nunchucks.
Canadian.
Mispronouncing. Potato,
you're
potato, whatever.
Tomato,
Delete.
tomato. Let's call the
Haas
whole
and
thing.
Pfeffer
Oh,
Incorporated.
Exactly.
Anyway, this is fun. I want to say, like, PvP, this is a great time to tussle and talk. I'm not, if I'm being rude, it's because I'm having fun. But I
Oh,
love
you're
you,
not rude
man.
at all.
It's great to talk to you.
You're never rude.
No, that's not true. Shut
Even
up.
when we disagree, I always enjoy our discussions.
Thanks,
Yeah, you
man.
should have him on the show more, Scott.
I should be interesting more often. Yes.
Well, no,
I
because
do
it doesn't
try.
matter if you're not interesting if PvP is on the show because he'll make it interesting.
I do try. If I can contribute in some tiny way, I'm always happy to do that.
Thank you.
And that's why I have him on my Friday show.
And I do appreciate it, Jill. Thank you. I missed your Friday show on Friday, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I don't-
there are lots of Friday shows being planned faster than I
Well,
can
there's
organize
many
them.
Fridays to come. I guess you haven't picked a topic yet for the next one.
I picked 7
Oh my
topics.
God. Oh geez. Well, whenever you single one down to 1 or 2, you got my email. Always send me an email. Give me a heads up if you've picked a
course.
topic. Oh, by the way, did you enjoy the email I sent you a few days ago?
Oh, I haven't listened yet.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'll respond when I
That's
do.
cool. That's cool. No hurry.
Delightful. So I'm looking forward to every trailer that showed up in the Super Bowl tonight.
Did you see the Breaking Bad ad?
No, I'm not
Daniel's Hot
breaking.
Topics was here.
Hey, Daniel.
And he said, wow, that trailer was so good. I love the Flash trailer, he says.
Well, and Kat, I think that Daniel is going to be very interested in having a DC conversation tomorrow.
Oh, right, yeah.
Is it tomorrow?
No, it's Tuesday. It'll be Tuesday.
Daniel's Hot Topics. If you would like to come and hang out while we talk about Sub-Zero and Heart of Ice, you do have some questions as to the forward thrust of the DC cinematic universe.
Actually, yeah, Daniel and I have gotten into a topic that was started by you, Scotty, with Catherine, which is about which of the Batmans or Batmen are canonically the same Batman, or are they reboot, a different universe? Does it matter? Yada yada. So you started it. Daniel's going to finish it. Yeah, and stuff.
That's right.
Because like the first, sorry.
Yeah, we did talk about that because of the difference in casting, and I think they might put their foot down on it in this new Flash movie potentially. We'll see.
The Flash is going to be the reset button.
I get it, but I mean, like, since they're going to the Michael Keaton universe, they might drop hints either confirming or denying if it had any connection to the Val Kilmer stuff, which I don't think it does. But I mean, other late.
I thought it didn't, but they had the same Alfred.
Kat, did you see? Did you see Black Adam?
Yeah, why?
Well, wasn't like when
to you, Scotty?
When Dr. Fate died, wasn't it kind of anticlimactic and disappointing?
Well, yeah, it was disappointing because I thought he was really good in that role, and seeing Pierce Brosnan back in a role like that was fun. And it's like, oh, you already killed him, and then Dwayne Johnson goes online. He's like, don't worry, Dr. Fate will return. I'm like, yeah, but not as Pierce Brosnan. Well, now they're not going to return at all because they're done, done with that. But it's like, yeah. So what?
It was hard watching. It was hard watching that movie and not seeing the business.
Oh, like yeah. Especially now that we're hearing they're tampering with the Flash movie to make it fit the new regime.
And I don't know whether or not I'm allowed to support the Flash movie because Ezra Miller is an alleged criminal, and I don't know.
If that's your criteria, we could go through and never watch a gajillion movies again. I mean, forget it.
How about that?
That's right. I'm going to watch
Let's
all of
Chinatown.
Tarantino movies, even though.
Yeah,
fair
I'm going to throw away all my Alec Baldwin films until he's cleared of a double murder.
Hey, man, I'm trying to get rid of all of the movies that star the guy who slapped Chris Rock.
I was just going to bring that up. How, of all the things, I mean, there's so many other bad, worse things that people have done in Hollywood than that. Not that I'm excusing it, but that's where you draw the line. It's like you'll never.
Right. Everybody else.
So he kidnaps a couple of kids. It's
the
Hollywood,
worst thing to ever happen to anyone in Hollywood is Chris Rock being slapped on stage at the Oscars. When you think about it, that is the worst thing.
Well, it is kind of a bad statement for freedom of speech, because if somebody can just slap somebody and just get away
with it.
I just thought it was like pretty, these people are supposed to be highly intelligent professionals.
Well, it's not so crazy.
No, they're Hollywood actors. It's not the same
slapping
thing.
each other on a TV broadcast. Like, really? Couldn't you slap each other backstage after the broadcast ended?
Well, what was really cowardly about it is that you see the video and it's like he laughs at the joke, he's fine with it, but then he sees that his wife isn't fine with it, and it's like, oh shit, I don't want to get thrown in the doghouse for this.
Right.
Yeah, I just thought it was pretty. The whole thing was kind of weird, really.
Yeah.
G.I. Jane. We're all going to watch G.I. Jane now.
You just always have that on hand for this purpose.
Of course I do, Jill, because of spite.
Hollywood in general has gotten so weird over the years. It's like I can't relate to it at all anymore, really.
Gotten weird. Have you heard of Fatty Arbuckle?
I think I stopped. Well, yeah, okay, ancient history, but it's gotten weirder, I guess, recently.
Yeah, that's the point. It happened in
I stopped watching
too.
the Academy Awards probably 20 years ago because I just thought, why am I watching this crap? It's not even that interesting anymore.
Yeah.
If anyone would like to see a person who is a victim of deep fakes, I would recommend you go to @ScottyR37 on the Twitters. Because I'm a victim of deep fakes.
You've been deep faked. Oh my goodness.
I've been deep faked.
Can you send me a link to that?
It's on my Twitter. Find it. It's @ScottyR37 on Twitter.
I do get your Twitter, so I'll have to take a look.
It's a really great. I can't play it on YouTube because it's got music. So
no nudity.
No nudity, not as far as I know.
Oh, okay, so it's not that deep a fake.
What a weird question.
Yeah.
What?
Hey,
Let's
I was,
just start
Oh,
a
Jill.
movie.
I
First
was
question. Any
directing it at
nudity in this
Scotty.
one?
I was directing it at Scotty. You should know my
Yeah.
sense of humor by now, Jill.
I don't think it's
I
that
know,
weird a
that's what's
question.
I was not being
Scotty,
serious.
Scotty, have you got any of your skin flicks? Can you send us some more of those?
Oh, absolutely. Alexa, can you look up able to look?
No, I mean the ones with you.
Oh no, I can't do those. What do I look like? A Biden?
A piece of paper, topless,
Indeed.
because of the whiteness.
Oh, Citizen says I saw the Breaking Bad ad.
The Breaking Bad ad was quite amusing, actually. I thought it was really well done. It was
Why
nice.
is there an ad for a TV show that ended a long time ago?
I'm
Well,
just
no, it was
thinking
a
that.
Super Bowl ad, Jill, and it basically got Walter White and Jesse Pinkman back together to promote a certain product. It was only a minute long, and I thought it was quite amusing, actually.
What product?
It was potato chips.
What kind of potato chip?
Oh, it's like I don't
Ones
know,
with crack and methanol smeared
air
into them.
cooked ones instead of
Hostess?
fried.
Were they Doritos?
No. It was one of those minor
Crack
brands.
chips.
You must have paid a fortune.
All right.
A brand
Well,
I never heard of, but it
meth
was
chips.
hilarious because
I
basically
don't think you should be coy with this. If you know what they're advertising, tell
well,
us.
it was some kind of potato chip brand. I don't remember the bloody name of it, but
That's weird, though. I would remember it. And if they were doing
no, it
their
was
job,
some brand I never heard of before. We
Like-
probably don't even get it here in Canada, Scotty.
yeah, it was Captain Infinity's crispy
Something like
goodies.
that. But the thing was, it was basically going back to the very first episode of the series when they were in the trailer, right? In the
Sure.
Winnebago.
Sure.
And instead of cooking meth, they were cooking potato chips, and it was funny.
Well,
It was
sure.
goofy,
Funny
but
how.
it was goofy, but it was good. I'll just say that.
Lemon.
At least
Lemon?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Hell, it
Well,
was only
you know,
1
I've
minute-
never
it was
seen
only
it.
1 minute long, so I mean, it's like
I watched the first season of Breaking Bad, and then I stopped.
Well, Bryan Cranston is good at
my
goofy.
condolences.
Yeah, I've missed out on a lot of good
It really
storytelling, and
takes
I've been
off.
told by a lot of people.
It really takes off at the end of season 2, actually, Scotty.
No,
yeah,
I've
it's good when it's
heard.
got Jessica Jones in it.
I don't want to watch it.
Well, Christian
thing
Ritter,
is,
when you're paying
Walter-
attention.
Is such a likable guy in most of season 1 before he starts to turn, but by season 2, you really start to hate his effing guts, and that's when the series really takes off.
Well, and that's why I stopped watching it, is because when I watched the first season, I understood where he was coming from. And I was like, and when I started watching it, it was right when the show was ending. And I was like, okay, if he dies in the last episode, I'm not going to watch the rest of the series.
Okay, if you'd been like me and you'd watched it during its original run, week by week, you probably would have had a totally different response.
Probably.
Because it was
But
one of those
also-
shows. It was one of those must-watch shows, which is so
Not
rare
for
now.
me.
Who
Like, I-
chooses his own
Well,
emotional responses.
If you want to miss a great series, that's totally your choice.
No. And I'm sorry. I don't mean to be aggressively adversarial with you,
Oh,
but
no.
it was, but I am clearly.
There's some amazing episodes
The
that you
ad
have.
had Tuco Salamanca in it, which really made the ad. That makes sense because
Yes.
for me, I didn't know what he. Well, I liked him on the show, but then I saw the good, the bad, the ugly, and I realized that he was modeled after the character from the
Yes,
movie.
he had
Tuco.
yes, they had
Hey,
him in the ad
Blondie,
too, Joe.
Blondie.
It was great. It was good fun.
All right. Well, we got to finish this.
Well, you gonna finish your
That's
beer
what
first
we
or
said.
finish this?
No, remember earlier when people were saying that I was trying to end the stream early? I'm like, why are you trying to end the stream? Yeah. So now I just did that again, but it's sort of like a parody of what I was doing before.
Okay, I get the joke now.
How meta.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Well, we're testing it with audience.
We'll fix it in
find out.
post.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Keep the chat
I love
intrigued.
the track.
You
and
know,
funny
like,
material will be
subscribe,
added later.
and
Keep
what
them on their
else?
toes. They won't know when it's going to end.
Who knows?
Only people on the
Well,
rerun will know.
None of us know when it's actually going to end, right? So.
My favorite thing in Breaking Bad is when Badger tells his Star Trek story. He comes up with his own Star Trek plot about a pie eating contest where they use the transporter to cheat in the pie eating contest to keep eating pies, but you transport it out of your stomach. And
Oh, I kind of remember that now. Thanks, Joe.
to detrimental effects.
Wow, yeah. You just have to make sure they transport right at the last moment, or else you'd get really full. Okay.
And someone on the
What way
internet
you
actually
explain.
animated it. Someone
no.
actually animated the whole thing. So
Oh my goodness.
It's kind of gross, though.
Oh, it is totally gross. But
Well,
it was
food
kind of
eating
funny.
contests are gross in general, like in real life, are they not?
Well, yes, they
Like
are.
those people that eat like 100 hot dogs in an hour, it's like I could never do that.
Okay, so I think I speak for everyone who listens to this channel, but if you are in a situation where you have to take a hot dog in a bun and then dip it into a jug of water and then ingest it as quickly as possible, I would like you to stop. Think about it.
Think about your life choices.
Hey, the whole point of a hot dog is to like put some mustard, ketchup, mayonnaise, whatever, onions, relish, and enjoy it slowly while you're eating some really bad for
Chew
health
your
food.
food.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to eat
So-
bad food, you might as well at least have fun, right?
Like onions, like on hot dogs. That's 90% of the way that I eat onions.
Awesome.
So come on.
Yeah, I couldn't
Don't-
imagine consuming a whole hot dog in like 2 seconds or something.
I
That's
don't care how
that's
good
weird.
or how fast you can eat things. Don't do it under a timer. Don't.
Yeah, it's a weird concept, isn't it?
Like, go to an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Now that's
And
the way to
instead
go.
of doing it in and I don't know, do we still have those? Are they a thing anymore?
I haven't been to one in like years, but they used to be
Well,
awesome. They were great.
obvious reasons. Sneeze guards.
Well, I just don't go out to restaurants much anymore because they're too damned expensive now.
Well, I
Oh, I
can't
love
find a
eating, no.
dining partner, so
Yeah, I don't even know. There must be some buffets around here somewhere, but
don't go
Yeah.
to them. Anyway,
used to be great though. You'd pay like $10-12 and you could just, eat until
that
you
was in the
exploded.
before.
No, you're
days.
right. If you haven't got a dining partner, eating out isn't as much fun.
That's true.
I still did it anyway when I was interning in Austin. I just went out by myself to eat, and that was fine.
You went to buffets?
Well, it's a good cheap
Um,
feed, right?
I mean, you can, but
Well, no, I went out
I
for
just-
sushi.
Okay.
Sushi.
No, because you could sit at the bar, and it doesn't matter that you're alone. It's a sushi bar.
Hmm.
I don't
But
mind. I
instead of
just
drinking, you're eating sushi.
yeah, sometimes.
I like to imagine you sitting in a sushi bar and then someone comes over and it's like, madam, and you're like, more fish.
Sounds about right.
Oh God. Oh, this is fun.
But I
Just
like
one
sushi
more
too.
wafer
Yeah.
thin mint
Fun.
in the sun.
Hey, can I mention one more sports movie before we totally run out of time here?
Yeah, for
Is it
sure.
rollerball?
Is it
I
Red
will-
Dwarf?
Well, I don't remember Red Dwarf doing any sports movies, but I just want to mention a film called Slapshot from 1977, I think it was, with
Fucking
Oh.
Canadians.
Paul Newman. I mean, a major star by then, right? I think he'd done like some major films before that, and in this, I think it was kind of probably a minor league, kind of a small budget film, and it's great because it's totally like about a minor league hockey team, and the dial. I mean, I've never heard Paul Newman cursing in that film is phenomenal. If you never watched it. It's great. They totally get the insanity of minor league hockey. They got the Hanson brothers in it, which actually, a band I recommended recently, No Means No, did a whole takeoff on the Hanson brothers, doing 3 albums as a side project on them, which was basically like, hockey, with the Ramones kind of music, which is hilarious if you haven't heard it. And Slapshot was a great film. I mean, it was really, really, really hilarious.
Hockey with the Ramones.
I've
Yeah,
never
it was
seen
a classic. Oh, you gotta
Susie
watch it,
is
Scotty.
a puck knocker. Susie is a puck knocker.
It's a classic.
Susie is a puck knocker now.
Yeah, something like that. It's a classic film. I mean, they're
Yeah, oh,
basically on
and
the bus going from town to town, and everybody's going nuts. And some of they got the hockey violence down, like just people kicking the crap out of each other on the ice. Right?
well, and do we know who won the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
The
The
Vulture
I
Eagles.
wasn't paying attention.
Chiefs won on a field goal, 38-35.
Oh my God, a
Yay!
field goal.
What happened was they had the opportunity for a touchdown, but they didn't want to give the Eagles possession back with 2 minutes to go. So they were figuring out what they were going to do, and then they ended up getting the Eagles got a holding penalty, which gave the Chiefs 4 more downs, and so they used those downs just to run the clock. And at one point, one of the guys ran towards the touchdown line, and he took a knee rather than run into and this is when the score was still tied, rather than run into the touchdown line, and they ran down the clock until they got to 4th down, and they kicked a field goal to win. So that way the Eagles wouldn't have any opportunity to, get it back. But I've never seen that before. It's like you're at the end of the Super Bowl, the game's tied, you're about to win, and you deliberately take a knee when there's nobody blocking you, and you could have run in for the touchdown because they think, nah, we can't give it that with a minute and a half to go. It'd be too, they would make a comeback, so we can't let that happen. But yeah, it was a good game. They
Wow.
kept scoring back and forth.
Yeah, that sounds like a real cliffhanger. I love those kind of games, actually.
And it seemed like the Eagles were dominating. I mean, the Chiefs won the coin toss at the beginning, but they deferred to the Eagles, and I thought that's bad because then they were just playing catch up all night long, and they didn't get a lead until the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
But then it just kind of came down to the wire there, so it was a good game.
No, it sounds entertaining.
Yeah.
Captain, you're a nipple.
Oh no, I'll see to it immediately.
Cheers.
You got to wonder about games like that, though, when a team makes a bad decision, like towards the end of the game, and it costs them.
Yeah.
You
Well, that happened like really egregiously at the AFC Championship game a couple weeks ago, where the Chiefs were at the 50-yard line. They were trying to get into field goal range, and the quarterback ran the ball off the sideline because he was trying to stop the clock. And one of the players on the opposing team, this was not a momentum issue of him not being able to slow down. He just ran behind the guy and tackled him when he was already over the line, and there was no reason to do it. He had plenty of opportunity to stop himself, and they gave him a free 15 yards and field goal to send them to the Super Bowl. And it's like, thank you, you gift wrapped it for us.
Oh wow, yeah. Sports can be pretty crazy. That's what makes sports great, though, is the unpredictability at times, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, I also sports.
Oh yeah, Man United
Anyway.
Bayern Munich classic match.
That's why I was showcasing the cinematic genius that was Necessary Roughness, starring Scott Bakula and Kathy Ireland, with Robert Loggia as Hector Elizondo. Jason Bateman plays a Samoan.
That's not quite right.
And I recommend it to everyone who enjoys football. What? Was that an unfair assessment of that film?
No.
All right.
But again, I was spacing, so I didn't hear what you said.
Yes. So I guess we could talk about what we're going to be doing in the near future. Kat, you and I are moving the Capes, Cowls, and Crusaders.
Yeah, we're moving that to Tuesday nights for the next few weeks.
Yeah. And Jill, we're not going to be talking about Quantum Leap for the next little while. We're going to be talking about...
Oh, that's this week.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
What is it?
It's either Star Trek Patrick Stewart or Star Trek Android Picard. I haven't seen it yet to find out.
Can you be a little bit more concise? This isn't a review. We're trying to tell people what we're watching, and if you're very cryptic.
We're watching the new Kurtzman Trek.
Don't say it out loud. Someone might hear.
Is it so hard to say
Well,
Yeah.
Star Trek Picard season 3?
technically, you could call this season Terry Metalis Trek.
I'm
Why
so
not?
looking forward to these
Yeah.
reviews.
Yeah, but Kurtzman is still had a secret hideout. It's
I'm just
the
gonna
secret
love
hideout.
seeing-
His
Apparently,
stench
you
is
can watch the series.
everywhere.
I'm gonna love seeing Jill and Scotty just ripping each other apart on these reviews.
You know what? I am looking forward.
It's like
to-
Kirk and Spock forced to fight.
No,
It'd be more like
this is
it'd be
better.
more like Spock and McCoy. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I hope so.
But I always
No,
love those.
TBB, I
Those
hope so.
exchanges. I just hope it's good. You guys will always be good.
I'm looking forward to the conversation.
It will be great fun, I'm sure. Oh, by the way, I just want to mention a great game won by a field goal in Canadian football history. My British Columbia BC Lions here in the 82nd Grey Cup years ago in 1994. That was when briefly some of the NFL American teams came into the CFL league. I think for 1 or 2 years. And it was one of those things, a national pride, right? We got to the Grey Cup. We were in the final game.
No.
And there was actually won by a field goal, 26-23. The Lions kicked the field goal, won the game, and we all cheered and had a great celebration here against the Baltimore team.
No, not Baltimore.
It was against Baltimore. Yeah, they were actually pretty good that year.
Oh, Citizen has a question to Scotty and Kat.
I can't read.
How did you both start these streams?
So, I take it you mean how we started doing like shows in the first place. That was back towards the end of July 2021. I was Zooming with Steve Foley, and we just kind of had a conversation because Fantasmagorium had been going on for like 6 weeks at the time. Steve wanted to branch out with other shows, and he's like, well, what? Maybe we could do an upcoming movie show. He's like, well, what's coming out that you're interested in? And I said, well, if you want to do shows leading up to things, I said, the new Bond movie's coming out in October. We could do a Bond series. I'm good at that. And he's like, yeah, well, ask Scott. And he's like, sure. And then within like the next couple days, Steve already had the graphics ready to go. And so we're like, okay, let's do it. And then we just started reviewing all of that. And once we got to the end of it in May 2022, it's like, well, we should do something else. What should we do? And we've been pawing around with it for a while and decided that, Tarantino and Rodriguez. So then we did that. And now, let's do Batman. And eventually we might do a true crime show. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, it just kind of happened out of just a simple conversation. So with Steve.
And a lot of putting up with me. Like, I remember, like, wasn't there like a little conversation as to what we were going to do after James Bond?
There was, because we said this, well, what kind of series do you want? And I said, I had this idea for maybe a director series because I didn't want to do like every movie, like, every Scorsese movie or every Coppola. So we thought, well, we'll do a director series. We could do like a 3-hour stream on one director or something. And then we're like, what kind of director we want to watch where we would actually watch all their movies that has a manageable amount of movies to their name? And we thought, Tarantino, because he's got 9 films with a few, other side things that we did because he wrote the scripts or whatever. And we're like, okay, that'll be fun. People will like that. Those are always fun. You can get a lot of mileage talking about those films. So that
a lot of mileage. Are you kidding? I ended up having to buy the original script to Pulp Fiction to find out what's going on. I'm still confused.
Yeah.
Kat,
I love
Kat,
the
I have to
Tarantino.
ask you one question.
Yes.
So when Mr. Orange
he's going there.
Has the story about going into the
commode.
The commode story.
Okay.
Do you think that actually happened, or is that a complete lie?
Remind me what happens in that story again.
He goes in. He's got the drugs in a bag. It's Tim Roth, and
drugs? It's marijuana.
It's marijuana. I know. Yeah. Do you want to tell the story?
Well, because so first of all, it's a movie. But within the story of the movie,
Tell the story.
It's the Long Beach Mike story. So it happened to. That's the funny thing about the Unreliable, because it did happen to someone else in the world of the movie. He could have filmed it, But so basically, Tim Roth's cop, Officer Freddie, was given that story from Long Beach Mike to make his own story as a fake anecdote to lend credence to his undercover story that he's not actually an LAPD police officer, but a criminal ready to go on a heist with no police involvement made.
Captain, you are short circuiting.
That he might have made it up. I don't really remember. I mean, he could have. I mean, honestly, I didn't see too much going on with that character. With most of the characters in that movie, it was very much a face value type of thing. Even though I was still able to determine who the cop was amongst them before they revealed it. Yeah, he could have made it up for cred. Yeah.
I think it's a lie. I think that the commode story in Reservoir Dogs is just something that he made up to give himself false credibility. And and they filmed it and they presented it, and that's a representation of how well Freddie told the lie.
Yeah, he gives this skit to Mr. Orange so he can memorize it and make it his own and make it a joke or add details to it, or just so he tells him to make it real, like as if he was an actor.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't know if it's a real story that undercover cops use, that just whether it's a real story that happened to an undercover cop that is just being relayed, or if it's
No, it happened to Long Beach Mike, who's a criminal who, to reduce his sentence, gave his actual anecdote to the police, because that's why he said, remember, Long Beach Mike is not your friend. He sold out he ain't your amigo. He sold out his amigos.
Oh, that's where the story came from? Okay.
Came from Long Beach Mike. Well, I had to rewatch it because after I got into the debate, you're like, well, where did you get the story from? Like, I don't remember. What the heck, So I rewatched it. He got it from Long Beach Mike, who never appears on screen. So it happened to someone else, but not Officer Freddie. But the argument is whether he physically went into a bathroom to act out the story, which I'm saying he did, because his sergeant specifically told him, you've got to make it your own. You've got to give it the real details. You've got to know whether they're using that nice soap or that quick pink, horrible, squidgy stuff from the school. How'd you dry your hands? Was it a paper towel, or was Robert My Burnett there? You press his nose, he starts talking, hot air comes out. What you got? You've got to make it real. What are the two things you're going to find in a police station where Mr. Orange works? Cocaine and dead hookers. All right, apart from that, police officers and a toilet. So he's going to go into the toilet with the policemen that are already surrounding him to act out the story, to give it verisimilitude. And also, most but not all Tarantino movies, the flashbacks did happen. Although The Hateful Eight, we don't know because I haven't seen the first 7. So that's why the commode. Basically, even if they didn't put it on screen, I would be arguing that he acted out the story to give it very. Once it happened on screen, it happened. It's on screen. It happened. He's not. It's on.
I'm
screen.
doing my best to interrupt, but I can't. Keep going. Preach.
So that's basically. So I'm convinced it totally happened, but with Hateful Eight, I'm not sure if the Dingus story did happen, or maybe it happened, but not that way, like in The Last Jedi.
I don't think it happened.
Exactly. That's the standard view. I always like to bring in. Well, yeah, I'm not going to go. Hi, I'm the captain. Check me out with my new amazing information. The sky is blue and the Pope's Catholic. So the bigger picture is I'm trying to find things that other people don't see, and then insist I'm right until everyone just gets bored and go, "Okay, you're right, Captain." Only if he's with a bear.
You know what? I don't like these extra guests who aren't we haven't had any of the non-disclosure agreements. Maybe you should go back to the green room with your guests.
Wow.
Who are you talking to now, Scott?
Captain, never mind. I was asking Finity if he wanted to enjoy the green room. But okay, so I do have
the internet's going. Oh, she's going there in shame.
Well, no, I didn't want that. I was expecting you to bail. I was expecting you to
the wrong person left.
Yeah, why would you stay with us? I was expecting you to go with the girl.
because you brought up the commode scene. You know I can't let that go.
No, but you have your priorities are completely weird.
Take it as a
No.
compliment.
I was really enjoying Scotty's reaction there for a while when he was doing like an interpretive dance reaction to the captain's comments. That was extremely entertaining, I must say. Exactly. Very, very good, Scotty.
I like dancing.
Yeah, I was wondering why you're being rude to Captain's friend. But, I mean, it would be nice if she had a mic.
It wasn't, I thought it was just funny, not rude.
Yeah, she wasn't offended. They.
Scotty was still listening. He was just like enjoying himself.
Mhm.
Scotty's always enjoying himself. That's why I like it.
That's the way life should be.
Oh, speaking of
Exactly.
which, not really speaking of anything actually at all. I just want to say hi to Dalek.
Dalek!
Dalek.
I clicked a hello on Dalek. Yeah. Hey.
Oh, I missed it. Sorry.
No, you're cool. And I think that somewhere in here the invitation is available.
You put it on
It scrolled away. Like you never pinned it.
Oh, I never pinned it.
You'd have to repost it then, Scotty.
Oh no, I'll have to repost it.
Because we've been on for quite a while now.
You know what? I'm going to
2:35.
Yeah, it should be not well, it's what Dalek's like 8 hours ahead, so he's like what, 6 in the morning or something?
There we are. I did it, you harpy.
So he's probably getting up early, having an early breakfast or something.
It is 5:42 in the AM in London currently.
Is that me? Am I the?
No, PvP is the harpy.
Oh, okay,
Jill,
good. Just checking.
you're like Zeus. You're oh my god. Is it Athena?
Yeah, I prefer Athena.
Yeah,
Zeus
Athena.
kinda is.
I don't see Jill
sketchy.
as Zeus with a beard, actually.
Well, no. Have you ever seen Zeus in a beard?
Yes, I have.
It's very attractive.
I think Jill's Athena is probably more attractive, though.
No. You know, you work
yes.
I'm
in
gonna
one
mute and have a
corner.
snack.
I just love torching you at times, Scotty. You know that.
No, I just
Anyway, I hope Dalek will join us. That would be cool.
yeah. Well,
Dalek's always fun. It depends how wide awake he is, I guess.
well, it's up to him, and it's a pleasure if he will join.
He's optional. Yes.
Well, and the thing is that I just wanted to celebrate American gridiron, and in terms of North American supremacy of pigskin, thank you for watching Necessary Roughness, starring Scott Bakula and Robert Loggia. And it was an amazing film.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
I'm glad you had
Bird in here.
this- I'm glad you had this stream tonight.
I'll let the birdie out.
Oh, that
want-
happened to me the other day. My daughter came screaming, and there's a scary bird.
There it is. There you go. Be free.
But all you have to do is open the door. They're out quick.
Yep, that's it. You're like, well, there goes dinner. Pizza again it is. It's a shame. I like fresh meats.
I had tacos last night, actually, and they were very delicious.
Oh my stars!
Bear
Yeah,
with
well,
me. We just got to order dinner.
I had some salad I needed to use up, so I always like
The
to put a little bit of lettuce.
Phantasmagorium is not sponsored by any food delivery or food providers.
This was
We
home
don't.
cooked.
We
Home cooked.
do not have. We do not have a cooking channel, although that is probably coming in the future because Scott, he does have his food handling. Also, Scott doesn't like talking about himself in the third person, but
No, he doesn't. Scott, nothing.
You don't always have to be too afraid about
Get that
talking
one.
about food.
Scott, nothing to do with me.
It's got nothing to do with me. Yeah.
I can cook
getting off
fairly
scot-free.
well, so I'm going to start a cooking channel about how to cook.
Something.
I think go for
Food,
a main. Let's have
mostly.
a pizza. Pick
Well,
a main.
hopefully food, yes. Well, you could be cooking meth or something, I guess, but
No,
that probably wouldn't stay on YouTube for
No.
too long.
Why do you think I would do that?
All the best
I'm
Scotty
making
R37
another
recipes.
joke. I'm always
from-
making a joke. Come
The
on.
best cooking
toaster
show
oven.
on the internet.
Yeah.
Toaster oven.
Hey, I just saw the Breaking Bad, potato chip ad.
And
so
a
I'm
dessert
thinking,
pizza.
We have to
actually, a
specify.
cooking channel could be really good. I should start a
Who's
bachelor
phoning?
cooking channel. Basic food for bachelor survival. Yeah, that's what I'll call it.
BRB.
Toodaloo.
Yes, go do that, PvP.
I've got to order the food.
Oh, I'm thinking that's a possibility. No
Well, and-
promises.
Well, oh my stars. You were asking in terms of the Picard reviews. It's like, what are we doing? Whatever we want.
No, you'll have
essentially.
fun, I'm sure. I'm
No,
really...
I know, but you can do that too. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, well, I just want to think up something good, right? Because you guys
Don't
got so
think up something good. Look at what we did.
just think up something stupid and bad. I could
Whatever
probably be
you wanna
really good
talk
at that.
about.
Yeah,
But
whatever you want to do, whatever
you
for
care about.
Yeah, I don't know.
The only reason I do any of the shows that I ever do is because I care. If
Well,
I
that's-
don't care, it sucks.
No, there's no reason to do it if you don't care.
Exactly.
And I definitely care about the show we're going to have on Thursday.
Oh,
I'm really looking forward to that. I will be watching. I will definitely be watching that one.
it's gonna be interesting.
It'll be fun.
I still have to see the
if you
first
guys
episode.
even if you guys are ripping each other a new one, it'll still be entertaining.
No, Jill and I do understand one another when it comes
I
to
mean,
Star Trek.
respectfully, of course.
What, you think we're gonna divorce?
Well, we never
I'm not
got
your
married.
friend
I
anymore,
didn't
Jill.
know you were married, so that probably would
We're
be
not.
impossible.
We're not. No, I'm just saying, like, Jill and I talking
I'm
about.
sure you guys will have a wonderful time discussing Picard.
Oh,
I
after tomorrow, margarita's back on the menu, boys.
I
No,
hope that we're.
I can't do margaritas.
go.
I hate tequila.
I hope
Oh, well,
that
they
we're
should-
going.
We'll just order
Oh.
2 then. All right, we'll drink yours.
So
Please
Trip-
do, because I had a horrible experience as a teenager on tequila.
Really, I had a horrible experience with Southern Comfort. Just saying the word Southern Comfort,
Oh
I just threw up
God,
in my
that
mouth.
too.
I know, right?
Oh, Southern
So-
Comfort is gross. I hate.
No, it's the bestest ever. It's like crack for kids.
Marriage
Well,
taste.
that. Not
Trip
to me.
says, Scotty, I'm going to grab another beer from your fridge. Well, yeah, no. Can you grab one for me? No. No.
I don't
Southern
know.
Comfort.
It's only PBR, citizen.
Southern Comfort is exactly when I was a kid. That's what I thought whiskey tasted like.
It doesn't.
Uh, I call it stomach discomfort.
And then I found
just
out.
so-
It's so sugary sweet. It's grotesque.
Yeah, and then I found out that it was like whiskey for girls, or it was whiskey for people who really like hangovers.
Yeah, that's about it. I tried it once, and that was the last time I tried it.
Like
It was.
I
Thunderbird
know the
wine.
flavor of it, the way that it made me feel the first time that I got drunk on Southern Comfort. I was so happy. But the first time that I woke up after getting drunk on Southern Comfort, I was so sad.
Yeah, it's not a fun beverage.
So,
I recommend coffee myself, but that's just me.
well, yeah.
I like the coffee.
Anyway, that's up to you. That's your it's your poison.
My jam, Holmes. Coffee's my jam.
Holmes. But yeah.
Southern Comfort is my kryptonite. That's a good one.
What was it?
You and me both, Black Phillip. Oh, let's go out drinking, Black Phillip. We'll have everything
No.
apart from the Southern Comfort.
Tequila's the one poison I can't handle. I bet I could drink one shot of tequila and my whole system would shut down. I can't.
Oh, you got to do it multiples of 5, otherwise it's not worth it.
Oh, no,
We
no,
should-
no.
We should
I
go out
drank,
for tequila sometime.
I drank tequila one night when I was a teenager and never again.
Oh,
Let's put it this way. My so-called friends ended up dumping me on my parents' front porch where I proceeded to puke my ever-loving guts out. It was not a good night.
well, were there witnesses?
No, just me, because they all left.
Then never tell that story ever again. If you did throw
Hey,
up,
that was so long ago. It does not matter anymore.
no,
I was going to say, when you
fair
were a teenager,
enough.
didn't they have the old alcohol prohibition back then?
I just remember. I remember a Tiny Toons cartoon
Adventure?
where Buster is going to pick up Babs for a date, and then he says to the father figure in the cartoon, he's like, and they didn't press charges or anything. And I've always loved that, and just in terms of pure honesty of I'm a criminal and I get away with it. It's great.
Like Alec Baldwin.
Yes. Well, no. I don't
Or
think he's
that
gonna...
guy that did the slap.
Who?
The guy that we won't name. Come on, that was a nice one. The physical assault guy.
Alopecia?
Sure, that's it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, he wasn't that funny after all. You know, welcome to Earth.
Alopecia, isn't that when you lose your hair?
What's her name? I'm supposed to keep her name out of my fucking mouth, but what is her name?
But but the only reason we would keep her name out of our mouth is because Eddie Murphy told us to, and not Will Smith.
Well, I don't. There's probably no danger of Scotty getting slapped, so
What?
I'd say go for it, Scotty. Unless Will Smith is going to like travel.
You do know that I go out in public, right? And so
he's got a border to cross, so you're probably safe.
But I just digitally slapped him. If you heard that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
We'd all like to slap Scotty at times, but I wouldn't because he's too much fun.
He's fun.
He's too handsome to slap. You can't mess with a face like that.
But I am looking forward to watching Space Seed from the original series of Star Trek, and for the first time ever, I'm going to watch Wrath of Khan right after it.
You have not seen either of those?
No, I've seen, but I haven't seen them in order. I didn't watch like the back-to-back.
That's the way to do it. It's better to see.
I've never done it before. Have you ever done that?
Oh, well, yeah, because I was a kid when I saw Space Seed for the first time. And then I was, a teenager by the time Wrath of Khan came out, so.
Okay.
Totally.
Nice.
Oh, it's a way to see it. I mean, it makes sense, right? You see the foundation of Khan's character, and then you see Khan like 30 years later or whatever when he's, pissed off at Kirk, trying to get his revenge for his wife dying and all that other, crap, right?
Yeah, in his full Ahab mode.
So I'm looking forward to.
Khan's a great character. Is Khan probably the most iconic character of TOS?
Yeah,
I would think so.
I quite like that robot that went non sequitur.
I think it was brilliant though. Was it Myers or whatever who directed Star Trek 2?
Gary Flagan.
I mean, basically, they saved the franchise with that movie.
With
yeah,
Star
that's
Trek
the great
2?
thing about Nicholas Meyer. He didn't know anything about Star Trek, but when he was going to work on it, he went to go watch it.
But he did his research.
You hear that, Kurt?
Yeah.
When he actually watched what came before.
Yeah.
Right? What a
No, I mean, Nicholas Meyer should get huge respect from Star Trek, fans, because I mean, he saved the franchise. I mean, if Star Trek 2 had bombed, we probably never would have had, the search for Spock, right?
Yeah.
He saved the franchise, as far as I'm concerned. I think Nicholas Meyer. I mean, it was a great, script, great movie. It was just a great film.
Yeah.
I never forget a face, Mr. Chekhov. I must have seen yours on the database.
That was good.
Oh,
yeah.
You love the Chekhov drama.
So
where's Chekhov?
Is the theory that Chekhov and Khan basically were in the bathroom?
Chekhov's always on fucking holiday.
And they met each other. when Chekhov was like taking a leak, Khan walked in and like, hey,
Yeah,
I can
in
remember
this
your
case,
face.
Chekhov was in the lower decks when Khan met
Yeah.
him.
He must have been, right?
He was in the
Yes.
Jeffries tubes.
But hey, it works, right?
Yeah.
It works, you know.
Okay, so if you read the book Star Trek The Lost Years, there is an incredible transition of what was going on the Enterprise with all the staffing and Chekhov specifically as to where he was going. Chekhov had a bunch of stuff that he was doing to advance his career. He was paying attention to tactical and security. He was very much more physical because he was trying to emulate Kirk's style. Like, there's a lot that Chekhov is doing off screen if you believe in the beta canon.
Well, the thing is, too, Scotty, it's like, you know, I mean, we like our favorite, you know, top characters in every episode, but truth, you know, what would be if you were on a real starship, everybody would be rotating in like 8-hour shifts, right?
Mm.
You'd have to have your 8 hours on duty and your 8 hours time off, and you know, 8 hours sleeping or whatever. They'd be rotating constantly. So that's a
But there we
perfect
are in space.
explanation
There's
of
no
why
such thing as
Chekhov
hours.
wasn't there. Chekhov could have been like sleeping, you know, when Khan was there, right?
Well,
Chekhov, I like to watch you sleeping.
I would hope he wasn't.
I'm just
sleeping.
saying Chekhov could maybe in those 16 hours, you know, Chekhov might not have been on duty, so maybe Khan wouldn't have seen him. Just you know, maybe it's a weak theory, but it's
Well,
just an
no,
idea.
but it's also something that I just forgive. Like, I'm not bothered by it.
It doesn't ruin the movie, yeah.
Wait, what was the issue?
No. Well, okay, so when because
I never forget a face. You've never seen me before. Yes, I have. It was off screen.
Space Seed took place in season 1 when Chekhov was not a member of the Enterprise crew. And so people say when Chekhov recognizes the Botany Bay and when Khan recognizes Chekhov, it is somewhat apocryphal because
Well,
Chekhov wasn't on board at that time.
I could buy Chekhov recognizing him simply because maybe he read the logs or the other people just in conversation on the ship would talk about their past exploits. But I agree that Khan shouldn't recognize him. But yeah, it's a minor quip, but whatever.
The thing is,
I,
the thing
Sorry.
is too, though, with a crew of over 400 on the Enterprise, there is a definite chance that you know, Khan would have just not ever encountered Chekhov in that episode. Because, I mean, it didn't take place over too many days. I don't believe that episode.
no.
Yeah, but you
No.
gotta realize that Khan was combing over the entire ship, not just he read everything in the computer logs.
So
Yeah, but
was it simply
that
that?
still doesn't mean that he came in direct contact with Chekhov.
So it's not that the Chekhov character in the lore wouldn't have been aboard. It's just that he wasn't on screen in that particular episode.
That's the theory.
Okay. Well, when
Yeah,
was he already?
Chekhov just could have been, you know, as I say, he could have been off duty for that.
Well, was he established as a character already in the series up to that point and just wasn't
No.
there?
No, he didn't appear till season 2.
Oh,
He was
okay.
below decks for all of season 1, plugging a hole.
Basically,
there's nothing-
Chekhov didn't exist in season 1.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing in season 2 when they introduce him which explicitly states that he wasn't there for the previous things and that maybe he was just promoted from within, then yeah, he could be there.
Yeah, it still makes canonical sense.
Yeah, there's nothing to say he wasn't there.
Actually,
Yeah,
it's interesting.
I
As long
don't
as there
think it
isn't
hurts
a
the movie.
direct contradiction, you can explain it away. So that's a good way of looking at it.
The best argument that I've ever heard in terms of people who aren't enjoying the gratuity of, I don't know, references and whatnot. You know what? It's because it's fun, Jan.
Janice.
Get it? all of the fun stuff is supposed to. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just tried to
I like fun, but I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I got lost myself, Jill. What were you saying? Sound. Anyway.
Anywho.
Where are we I think I'm gonna stop talking now because I've clearly lost the plot.
So does that mean we have to talk more?
Well,
Oh,
I
no.
was gonna shut things down.
Okay, well, that sounds about right. It's 10 o'clock here, so and it's probably about time I should head out actually because I got to work tomorrow. So
Yeah,
Well,
it's the
and
time here,
yeah. Sorry, Kat.
I was saying, yeah, it's the same time here too.
Oh, you guys are time zone buddies.
Pacific time here. Yeah, if you want to call it a night, that's cool with me, Scotty.
Go for 3 hours. Another 5 minutes, Scotty. Take us up to the big 3.
All right, I can do 5 minutes.
What should we talk about? Hey, you know
well,
that
I
Deco
think-
character?
You know what? This is from what I understand in terms of being pleasant. People are supposed to promote their channels or things.
Yeah.
Do you want to promote your channel?
Who?
I don't know. You.
Me? Sure. Okay. Check out my channel. If
Great.
you looked at that commode scene in Reservoir Dogs and thought, hang on a minute, this ain't right, then check me out and I'll tell you all about it. If you ever wonder which part of Star Wars is canon, none of it apart from the original movie from 1977. Join me on a journey of discovery as I decanonize everything after 1978 on the Captain Infinity channel. And apparently Scotty says I'm doing a comic.
That's what I heard.
And I won't be filming no unreliable narrations, I can tell you that now. Okay, that's it. Now to Jill.
Hey, Jill, do you have a channel?
Jill. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Jill.
I got a channel. Yeah, sure. Science fiction channel where I like to talk about Star Trek. And I've also, science fiction. And I've reviewed all of the Orville, which is basically the reason why I started my channel. But my first live stream is about DeForest Kelley and his poetry for the fans. He really loved his fans, and I love him. And I also review UFO and other movies and just have a good time.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's fun. How about you, Kat? What are you doing around the internets?
Well, Wednesdays I got or Tuesdays now for a few more weeks. I have the shows with Scott, and then on every second and fourth Sunday of the month at 8 a.m. Pacific, live streaming on the Virtual Cantina Network YouTube channel, I co-host a show called The Unifying Force, which is like a Star Wars talk show where we talk Star Wars philosophy and stuff like that, with the co-hosts from North Carolina and London. So that's kind of a fun show. Even when I'm still like super tired in the morning because I stay up super late on Saturday night and have to be up to stream that show. But yeah, there's that. And then I think that's it. That's all I'm doing on the internet these days.
Well, I just wanted to, for everyone who clicked on this this video, this live stream, whatever you were anticipating, I just wanted to say that my review of Necessary Roughness is an A+. I think that it has a lot of heart, and I enjoy Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider is.
Well, it's nice to know somebody does.
The sports commentator.
Bazinga.
Yeah, I can't resist.
I can resist everything except temptation. Just 2 more minutes, Scotty, you're over the finish line.
Is that it? Has everybody advertised their own channels already?
Well, I haven't advertised mine yet, but it's just music.
Well, do you have
playlist.
anything on it?
Yeah, I got music playlists. I update every week.
Okay.
And one of these years,
you have a great taste in punk rock.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Have you checked out No Means No yet, Scotty?
Yes.
Did you enjoy them?
No.
No. Yes, of course I did. Yes.
Yeah, they're pretty.
No,
they're
you have a
pretty-
great
they're-
taste in
they're
punk.
pretty
I
solid.
like it. I like all of it.
Well, thank you. There's a lot of great punk bands from Canada that I know a lot of people down south don't know about, but I am actually planning to post some stuff on them in the near future on my channel as well. So,
Sweet.
well, there's
And
some
it's great.
great Vancouver band DOA, which most folks have probably never heard of. So,
It's a musical education.
it's a musical journey.
What's the name of your channel?
PvP.
Oh,
Oh,
it is just PvP. Okay.
Yeah, it's just pleasantvalleypicker.ca or
Mhm.
CA. I mean, you know,
Does that
Scotty-
mean you pick Pleasant Valleys, or you're in a valley and you pick?
I am
pleasant
in a
things?
Pleasant Valley, and I do sell stuff on eBay to supplement my regular job income. So I am a picker, as in the American Pickers TV show.
Oh
So
wow.
that's where I got the name from.
Huh.
Oh, there's Jill. She's posted it for you. So thank you, Jill.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Jill.
My pleasure.
Wait, wait just a second here. Yeah, you're not far. Shit, you are not far from me at all.
Oh, really?
You're not, I'm up in Auburn.
Oh, wow, cool. So we're not too far away. That's cool.
No, not at all.
I didn't know that Cat was so close to Canada.
Yeah.
They're neighbours
Yeah.
Can neighbors?
on 3 hours.
That's a good one.
Oh, great. We're at 3 hours. Does that mean that I can go now?
Oh no, wait. Citizen has a question. For
My
Kat.
okay, my
Stop
Star Wars,
typing.
okay, so my Star Wars the channel is called the Virtual Cantina Network, and the show is called The Unifying Force. There's a playlist there, and I think our earlier shows are the ones that were really good on philosophy and tying it to real world philosophy because there's more stuff to talk about. But we've been doing it for about a year and a half now, so. And it's twice a month. So our latest episode, we were talking about character motivations for like Palpatine for the first. We were talking about how Palpatine in Star Wars that they don't really do much of a big character study on him in terms of what drives him, other than being oh, I'm the evil bad guy kind of thing. So we just talked about that for half hour, and because we felt the need to fill in another half hour, we just started bullshitting about other characters. But yeah, that can be a fun show sometimes. So yeah, that's where you can find it.
Vader. I have no motivations, Vader.
Well, I would love to investigate some Star Wars lore, but
You and your pitiful band of friends.
I'm going to be very busy with that Trek lore that I'm going to have to bramble through. So,
Yeah, I hear there's lots of references, so there's going to be definitely a bramble of something.
mm-hmm. So,
Ramble in a ramble. Or ramble in the brambles.
Let's get rambling.
Let's get rambling, Rangers. Hey,
Anyway.
Scotty.
I can't.
are we
No,
going live?
I can't say anything about it because I'm just so excited.
He does sound it, doesn't he?
Like, I have to see it first and then be like, oh no, for whatever reason. No matter what I see, the answer is going to be, oh no. Can't
Oh
wait.
no. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy is a better way.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
We shall see.
Jinkies.
When do we go live?
Right?
I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Someone give me an audible here. Are we
I'm
quitting?
waiting for the food to arrive.
We can go. Whatever. Anyway, this has been a delightful opus.
Is it time?
Adios.
I don't know.
amigos.
I don't know. No one was saying anything, and I'm just like, okay, I guess.
Well,
we're
you asked
done.
us to run through and tell us where we could all be found on the internets, and we did that, and I figured that's usually your cue to end the show.
Yeah,
So
I
is that
just
it?
I had to take a
So is
bathroom
it-
No,
break.
Cat,
carry on
is-
for another 3 hours, Scotty.
Well,
How
no,
much
Cat.
beer have you
Is the
got?
show over?
I guess. I don't know. I wasn't here from the beginning, so I'm not sure about
He was trying to get rid of me.
Do you want to do the Batman one? We can do the Batman one. Okay,
Yay.
so now I'm gonna end the broadcast.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Okay.
Well, good night, Scotty.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night,
We're
everybody.
nothing about the chat. You
Great
know that.
fun.
Yeah, very, very fun.
Good
Thanks,
night.
Scotty. Thanks,
Good
everyone.
night. See you soon. Bye-bye.
You know, the best part is that I can keep this broadcast going as long as I want.
Yay.